Start recording. Okay, we're live. All right, so quick recap. So the folk band was hanging out in Leilon. The wizards are attempting to get the teleportation circle reactivated so they can again have access to Neverwinter. As the folk band were discussing options with the army at their front door, both armies at their front door, a figure appeared at the front gates, turned out to be Blix, the Storm of Talos. Blix and Zwasos exchanged some barbs, and then Blix somehow teleported away, and a large giant appeared. The folk band, in typical folk band fashion, slapped him around a little bit before killing him, and returned back to Cyrano Sonnett to talk about what their next steps will be. So you are all here at Cyrano Sonnett. Let's see, he is not there. It appears as though Salty has returned. He and the Salty Six have navigated the Stormbreaker into the harbor and are just arriving at Cyrano's Sonnet. So let's get Mr. Salty back.
Ahoy!
Hey, Salty, it's good to, I mean, we saw you just like 10 minutes ago before the planar beacons exploded.
Ah, yes.
Still very
so
nice
much
to,
has
like,
happened.
It's still very nice to kind of like have you back.
So much has happened. It seems like it's been weeks, even though it's only been 10 minutes.
Yes.
Feels like weeks.
Sorry, I'm forgetting my character.
Just like last session when I was scrolling back to find out all the Talos stuff, I found out it was like a year ago that we were in the ritual breaking it up. Oh.
Details. All right, let's see. So
I'm just realizing it's been a year since Mario first played with us.
wow. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we started that big battle in the cave that spanned for like 6 sessions. Mario jumped in, I think, on the second one of those.
That's insane.
The first time I ever, technically I wasn't Knaruck yet. I was.
Yeah, you weren't
playing-
Knaruck yet. Yeah, you just.
Yeah.
But that was the first time you got to play with us.
Right. It was against those like pirates.
And actually, I'm realizing no, it hasn't been a year because we got in the fight with the Aarakocra before we went down there, and we got in the fight with the Aarakocra on my birthday because Nick was nice and it was my birthday, so we made the whole session about me.
Good memory. Cool. Wow.
So Salty's here, yay! That's exciting.
Yep. Salty is here. The Salty Six stayed aboard the Stormbreaker just in case, but they could be available if needed.
Like to
So you
fight.
won't- Yeah, you never know what might happen in the harbor, right? So yeah. So so before I get into narration here, there's a few things that I want to cover. So, I have no experience running a finale like this. You know, this is not. I think one of the things that I mentioned when we started this triple additional module thing is that the very end was something I had never seen before and didn't know was possible in D&D. Well, here we are. So bear with me as I try to navigate this process here.
I'm
So-
sure by the end of it we won't even realize.
Hopefully,
You'll be like
hopefully that's the
trying
case.
to move everything, and we'll just
That's
be
it.
like, yeah.
Oh, are we all level 10 still?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Should be.
Wanna make sure I didn't miss anything.
I think, Justin, you're in the process of bringing Salty up to 10.
Salty is all leveled up. I'm all good.
Oh, he is. I still see him as a Paladin 8, Sorcerer 1.
Oh. Hold on. I wonder if it didn't. I did all my spells and stuff, but maybe the actual like level up with HP didn't take. That's weird because it's giving me 3rd level spell slots.
Is there like a refresh you can do or something, Nick?
Maybe it's because your XP is lower than. Let's try this.
You know, I hadn't actually. I don't think I had actually hit commit when I did it.
Oh, okay.
So let's see what that does.
You probably just hit level up and then commit. And it'll
Yeah.
probably yep. There you go.
See. I don't think it just gave me another 3rd level slot that I don't think I should have, but let me double check on that.
Wait, so where's man? What happened, man?
Ma'am, so we'll get into that too.
Okay.
Obviously, ma'am's not gonna just like, okay, Salty's here. Screw you guys. I'm out.
So man's still with us. Okay.
Ma'am is still there.
Okay.
Yep. I think.
Not to throw off narration, but did you just put us all in one spot just to start it off in one spot? Because I thought Zwasos and I was at the gate.
Yeah, I remember. Last I remember, I was like up in the air and seeing the 2 armies approach, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
So did you bring us all in one spot, just narration wise?
I don't remember us getting to Cyrano Sonnett.
Maybe.
You need us all in one spot. Just saying, if you need us all in one spot,
I
then
don't. I just didn't exactly remember exactly where we left.
that's okay.
Yeah. So I mean, we can start from there. That's it. Whatever y'all remember is exactly where we can start from. There isn't going to be like an explosion happens, and so you all will have time to kind of role play your ways.
Okay, so we got roughly 20 minutes. You said of marching is how far away both armies are.
If they
Yeah,
get
they're they're close.
Okay.
Yep.
Not long enough for a short rest.
I mean, you can take a nap if you want. We'll see what happens.
No. We should be finding any oil and bottles we can and making Molotov cocktails and shit. And we should be battening down hatches and we should be like shit's going down here.
Okay.
Has a evacuation started at all?
The town's already
Yeah,
been
yeah,
evacuated.
When
Oh,
the
okay,
cleaner beacon went off, you all pretty much evacuated the town.
Okay, great.
Does Daggle have any suggestions as to how we can
Yep.
prepare?
Hang on a second.
Okay.
All right, there. Now I can see more people. Okay, I don't need to see myself. All right, so quick before we get into roleplay narration, all that, and where we are. This is obviously 2 armies are converging on Leilon. If you haven't already guessed, there is the potential for a lot of combat here today. I'm not necessarily going to say that it's going to happen, but I mean, it's possible. So, and there may be a whole lot of combat. So in an attempt to not have this finale drag out for the next 4 or 5 months, there are a few things that I'm going to ask and hold people to. Number 1 is combats need to go quickly. So 2 things. Number 1, there will not be the availability to strategize on everybody's turn. So keep the side chatter to a minimum. I'm going to ask people not to tell other characters what to do or suggest things they can do.
I would never.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
It usually doesn't happen, but I'm going to go so far as to say that if it slips and someone makes a suggestion, that is no longer an option for that character.
Also,
So-
turn off your cell phone too, so that said person can't message you during combat.
I'm not going to go that far. If you guys want
I was
to
just
do what you
joking.
want to do, that's fine.
Nah, man.
As long
But
as
I
it's
am
the whole
going to
thing's
ask.
up.
I'm going to ask. On that note, I am going to allow at the top of every round time for you all to strategize. So there will be time at the beginning of each round where you will have a quick chance to, throw quick suggestions back and forth narratively to each other.
Nick, I'm having a little bit of a trouble with my speakers. Can you just speak up?
Can everyone else hear me okay?
Yeah, I think it's me. I think it's just my speakers are kind of crap.
Okay. Did you catch what I said?
Yes.
Okay.
Real quick on that note, Nick. So this is the first instance that like comes to my mind. Like, say somebody goes down. Are you okay with us on our turn, like really quickly, like Salty saying to Knaruck, like, you got them? Like, can you heal them? Like, is that okay?
Yeah. So talking is still a free action
Right.
on your turn.
Right.
But what I'm trying to cut down on is having a group discussion about what to do on someone's turn.
I gotcha. Yep. Makes total sense.
But yeah, if it's your turn, you're welcome to throw out a quick 6-second, whatever it is you want to throw out there and say. Turns are officially 6 seconds, so it's not going to be a 10-minute dissertation. But we're going to, keep it to that as much as possible to move things quickly. I anticipate there may be times, possibly, where there are a lot of enemies on the combat tracker. If those situations arrive, I will be moving through them very quickly. Bad guys will just simply do a quick attack. I'm not going to spend time trying to figure out what all their options are. They're just going to do something quick because I don't want to be the one holding up our combat encounter. The other thing is that there's going to be some squishiness as far as combat encounters. So there's two sides of that. Number one, there may be a whole lot of tokens. They may not all be on the combat tracker. And so there may be some narrative ways that I resolve a large group of bad guys who can't be targeted, either being killed.
Like kind of like a swarm mechanic?
Kind of. But basically, you might see, 50 tokens on the map, but you won't be able to, like, for instance, if there's, a huge number of bad guys on the map and you throw a fireball, you likely won't be able to target all those bad guys to do a fireball roll, save, damage, all that stuff, in which case we will handle that narratively. On the other side of that, there is also a chance for the rule of cool today. So within reason, if you want to try it, I want it to work. If you get outside the realms of possibility, then the rule of cool will fail. So there's that. I think that was everything I wanted to kind of prep you for. There'll also be a little more information dumped on you here in a little bit, but it won't be by specifically me. So, does anybody have any questions or anything along those lines that they want to ask?
I think I'm good. I mean, yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Are we ready to
Nick, would you allow, before we get into combat, a in-character roleplay suggestion for action?
How do you mean?
I was going to have Salty give Mario give Knaruck a suggestion in the lead up to people getting here that might suggest Mario use a feature that I think he has that he hasn't used before.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If we're not in combat, you all can suggest to each other all you want.
Okay.
All I'm trying to do is keep combats from being bogged down to a 5-minute per turn ordeal.
Yes.
Yeah. You're welcome to talk tactics. You're welcome to talk, who should do what, in a generic kind of, and then you can do all of that at the top of each round of combat if you want as well, within reason.
I am.
On that note, Zwasos might ask Salty, in whatever in whatever terms in the world he would, that when shit goes down, what Salty might be planning on spending his concentration on.
I mean, yeah, Salty has a few different options. Are you hoping that maybe Salty can open up with Bless?
I was gonna ask if you have something specific you want to do with your concentration, I will cast Bless and bless everybody. If not, and you were gonna cast Bless anyway, then I would, do something else.
I have more situational concentration spells. I do have like smite and the smite spells and stuff that are concentration.
You should keep your concentration open then. I'll cast Bless, and I'm proficient in con saves, and I also have advantage on them. So
sure,
I think
cool.
it's probably just the best thing.
Cool. I've got some new. I just got level 3 Paladin spells, so I've got some cool new tricks that I can throw out.
Do you have the right number of slots?
Yes. Yep. I fixed it.
Oh, you fixed it. Oh, perfect. Okay.
And were you going to suggest either cutting words or peerless skill?
No. So I think as Nick, did you want to do narrative or anything before we get into like roleplay stuff?
Well, all I wanted to do is kind of get to a point. Well, so I mean, up to you all. We can
do narrative
narratively
first.
work our way to everyone kind of being together to have this conversation. Or we can say that's already happened and you're all back at the Cyrano Sonnett to have this conversation. Up to you all.
We can start with narration. I'll be down. Just get us
Does that
on
work for
the
everyone?
same page.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So per the end of the last session, Zwasos is currently flying above the town. It's still night, so your vision is fairly limited. But by the light of the torches that the army is carrying, you were able to see them, make their way close to the town. In a similar fashion, you were able to see kind of the movement of humanoids coming out of the Mirror of Dead Men, and their shambling movement led you to believe that perhaps it was an army of undead. But it is still right. No, it is not. I'm sorry. It is not dark. I apologize. It is daylight because it is in the middle of the day. So you did just see them arrive. Yeah, I don't know why I immediately thought it was.
I was gonna say I thought that it was day last time, but
it was day. Yes, and I just looked at the time, and it's a little after 5:00 p.m. That you all are finding yourselves here. So yes, so let's so Zwasos, you are flying above the town. You can clearly see in the daylight that there's an army to the north and undead coming out of the mirror to your right, to the east,
southeast.
Yeah, east southeast ish, to the east of the town anyway. And yeah, a few of you are still at the front gate. Pretty much all of you. Ma'am, Knaruck, Nyx. Actually, Nyx is not at the front gate. Nyx is elsewhere, correct?
I was at the front gate because Wazos was telling me what was happening, and we were running to Axholm, and then he was like, "Hey, there's an army coming," and we're like, and so at that point, I think Tuabor and I went to go get everybody else, and I guess the Cyrano Sonnett is where we're gonna meet up.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, okay. Yes. All right. So you were going to go to Axholm. Then you saw the armies arrive. Zwasos shouted that the armies are here. So it sounds like you're all making your way back to Cyrano Sonnett, where Dagult and Beaufort.
Yeah, and I think Beaufort was gonna help us.
Oh yeah, Beaufort was at the gate too. That's right.
Yeah, and then and then if that's where we're starting, I'm gonna try to, because I heard Zwazo say we should start making Molotov cocktails and all that shit. I'm gonna start grabbing alcohol bottles and just being like, "Sorry," to applause and start wrapping with cloth and stuffing them.
So yeah, Applause says that's what a fantastic idea. Let's do that. And he gets Legolas and Scylla to start grabbing, bottles and doing that kind of same thing. I suppose there should be a thing for that, right?
So should I join the rest of the group? I mean, I'm just watching. I'm just up in the air, just watching two armies approach.
Yeah.
Unless you want to warn the people in the harbor that there's gonna be shit going down.
Yeah, I might do that, Nick. Fly over the harbor and tell people to batten down, be ready to sail off if they need to.
Okay.
Where would I be?
So so the only ship in the harbor right now is the Stormbreaker.
Okay.
Everyone else has made it out kind of, to sea within about a mile or so. So you can still see the ships, but they've given themselves some distance from Leilon so as not to be targets as much as possible.
So I noticed Ma'am and Cyrano Sonnett, but she was out with us. I don't know if the Cyrano Sonnett map is true to what's happening because I'm in there too.
Yeah. So other than Zwasos, who is apparently many feet in the air.
I mean, I'm going to want to get back to the group, I think is what I'm getting at. I'll go.
Then fly back to the Sonnett.
Yeah, I'll go warn the people. I'll go warn the Salty Six and then get to the Sonnett with the rest of it.
Okay, very good. All right, and the tokens are unlocked, so I don't know if I shared the Sonnett. I'll share that. So I suppose then what I'm going to do, since sure, okay, I'm going to make it a separate thing for this. Let's see, 'cause I know Michael's gonna call me on that if I'm wrong. Okay, looks like I got that right. Okay, so I am going to throw some Molotov cocktails in the party sheet. Molotov cocktail. Well, I'll determine how many depending upon how long you guys all hang out at the Cyrano Solid. But as of right now, there is one Molotov cocktail in the party sheet. Depending on how long you stay at the Cyrano Sonnett making Molotov cocktails will depend on how many are available once you leave there.
And Nick, and how long? The only thing I remember is you saying roughly 20 minutes is what is my best guess of. I think you said that it looks like they're going to be there in about 20 minutes. The Blix's army.
Yeah, as far as their distance from town,
Okay.
last we looked. And
So then,
they look like they're, as an army moves slowly, they are slowly on their way towards Leilon.
okay then.
All right. So let's see. Do I have everyone? Is everyone on the map here? No, Tuabor is not here yet. Tuabor, who's eyeing everyone wasting such excellent alcohol, who may while helping to create Molotov cocktails, may be drinking half of them. Maybe, I don't know.
Big facts.
All right, so you are all back here at Cyrano Sonnett, and the armies are arriving. So Zwasos, the last you saw of the undead, they looked like they were gathering, so not necessarily assaulting, but they seem to be gathering outside. And Dagult is taking a moment, kind of looking over everyone.
Nick, I'm sorry. Can you? I'm sorry. I'm just having such a hard time hearing you.
Is anyone else having a hard time?
No, it's me.
No.
Is there anything you can do? I don't want to be shouting all day.
No, I know. Never mind. I'll deal.
All right, just tell me if you don't hear something, and I'll try to use my outside voice. All right. So here you all are. You're in the Cyrano sonnet, just kind of talking about what's to come. Dagult, asks you, Zwasos, what did you see? What two armies are approaching. How much were you able to see? What are we dealing with here?
There are hundreds in Blix's Talos army. Barbarians and anchorites, at least hundreds of them. The undead were amassing. I couldn't really get a decent number on them.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, Buford, what do we have for defenders here? And Buford looks at him. As far as soldiers, sir, maybe 120 total with the guards you have here in Leilon and the actual trained soldiers we brought from Neverwinter. Beyond that, it's the folk band and whoever else stayed behind. Our chances aren't good, sir. I know, Buford, but we have to hold out hope that the teleportation circle will be available, and then we can get reinforcements. If we can get reinforcements, we have a chance. We just need time. I don't know how much time we'll have. We have 2 armies at our door. Our only hope is that perhaps the 2 armies will give each other some pause. It's all we can really hope for. Maybe give us a little bit of time. We just need time, sir. And so as he's kind of saying that, you see some figures coalesce. And
Nick, see some what?
you see some figures coalesce. And I'm trying to find them. What did I do with them? Apparently I didn't. Okay, here we go. I need to put these in here, or I'm going to forget them. And so there's you. And bear with me here. And you. And of course, we can't forget you. Okay. So you see some figures coalesce in the inn here. More bombs. More bombs. All right. And so you see coalescing from the ethereal plane. You see Augusta Kroll, the dark-skinned warrior woman that you've met before. Coalescing right next to her, you see who you now know as Ogre Ninebeards, the red-haired dwarf. And then a third figure coalesces next to Ogre.
Third figure?
A third figure, the third and final sword of Leilon. And Zwasos, you're all shocked to see Aubrey Silverspun appear, coalescing out of the ethereal.
No!
As the three swords of Leilon return to defend the town.
Called it. Called it.
My dear friend Aubrey has been a ghost this whole time? You sixth sensed me.
I did. I totally did. That was kind of a really cool thing in this module.
Well, like we got like remember when I was like, huh, that's weird. The tapestry is pulled out the third one, and then I was like looking between.
Yep.
Oh my god! Wait a
There's
second.
yeah. There's another really cool thing that hopefully I'll get to point out later on. That kind of feeds into that. So you see the three of them appear. And immediately, Zwasos, you see Aubrey kind of give you a wink. And Augusta steps forward. We will once again fight to protect Leilon and the Ruined Stone.
Yeah.
I think we would be most comfortable with the stone in our presence. Wherever the stone is going to be, we would like to stay there to help protect it.
Have we spoken about what's going to happen with the stone, like when shit goes down? Nix, are you planning on just keeping it on you? Or
And
can we have
Daggle
a man swallow it or something?
Yeah. So Daggle answers that question. So to that point, we need to talk about the defense of Leilon. We're gonna run command from the tower. Being on a hill and being above the rest of the town, it is the most defensible and the best viewing spot in the town. I will take General Beaufort. We'll take anyone who's willing for soldiers to be runners. And we're going to set up defensive posts at each of the gates as well as at the docks. I suggest that the stone comes to the tower to be defended, but you folk band have been the ones to protect Leilon and the stone. Would you wish a different fate for the stone? Do you wish to carry it with you during this battle?
My eyes flick over to the
I feel one with
to
the
the
stone.
sword I know, to the sword to line, and I'm like, can you still be in the tower? Or is
And Augusta nods, yes, as long as the planar beacon is not active.
and so
We
I
agree
go
that the tower is
in-
probably the most defensible position in the town.
Again, I don't know, but I think let's take the stone and let's just have ma'am swallow it, and then she can bunk up in the tower.
Ma'am stands up and says, well, I'm not so sure about swallowing a multi-millennia old magical artifact, but I was gonna say, I'll hunker down up in that tower, watching that stone. You all take the fight to the front lines.
yeah,
If
Yeah,
push
let's go.
comes to shove, though, you will eat the stone.
no, I don't think that's the vision that their clan had. I really don't think that's the vision.
If we
that
get
we're going
surrounded,
for.
someone must eat the stone. I'm just
Gonna eat the stone. Eat the stone.
We'll keep that filed way, way back.
Way,
Make that
way.
plan W.
sorry, I'm just freaking out right now. A lot of stuff going
I'm
on.
just freaking
Yeah.
out, man. I'm just freaking
Freak it
out.
out.
And
Yeah.
Aubrey walks over to ma'am. Miss Ma'am, it is wise of you to not want to swallow the stone. And this is probably not the best thing to do, but you will be protected by the swords of Leilon as well. If the inevitable happens, we can take it to the ethereal plane as well. It can be, well, as safe as it was before there, and perhaps we can keep it at least from undead or barbarians for sure. But we keep it in your possession as long as possible, and we will protect you.
I think the ethereal plane sounds like a good plan if all goes to hell.
Oh.
And very worst case scenario, maybe I try swallowing it on the ethereal plane. But let's not even, we don't even have to, let's save that. Let's pocket that away. Let's not even, let's just, yep, we don't even need to worry about that because the folk band is on this.
Yes, I
And
was just
we're
going to
gonna
say,
take care of it.
we don't have to worry about some kind of contingency plan if things go bad. We're the friggin' folk band.
Nyx is just like making Molotovs and then just takes their backpack and gets with the serenade from Knaruck, gets the stone out and just this, like it's wrapped like a precious little bundle and just like hands it over.
Ma'am's massive hands like clamp around your little like cat paw hands, and she just kind of like gives you the most solemn like, I am like taking this responsibility off of you, and like stashes it away.
And in an uncharacteristic moment for the usually stoic Zwasos, he walks over to Ma'am and looks up at her by the 2 feet I imagine that she has on him, and just embraces her around, as high, close to her waist as he can reach.
Ma'am just engulfs you. I think Salty sees this, and Salty just like leaps on, just like a little tree frog.
God, this is so cute.
That's awesome. I love it.
I stand there with my arms, my hooves crossed, and I go, "Oh, this merry band of folks."
Nyx goes over and hugs Knaruck.
I hug you back. Hugs all around. Hugs all around.
Awesome. So Dagalt says, excellent, excellent. So we'll maintain command at the tower. We know our defenders. We know the folk band. We know the swords of Leilon. And he kind of looks over at Applause and Legolas. What of you? Will you come out of retirement to save the town? And like Applause throws down the Molotov cocktail and like jumps up on the bar and like, swirls his cape and is like, well, of course, we're not gonna sit back while Leilon is besieged. You can count on us. And like Legolas kind of looks at him and kind of looks forward and I've been waiting a long time to get back into this. And you see Applause kind of jump to the back counter and reach up and grab the defender sword that's been hanging on the wall behind the counter and just kind of pull the rapier and flourish it a little bit, do a couple of poke stabs. I don't think I'm very rusty. I think we can handle this. And Scylla kind of steps forward. Well, don't forget me. I'm not just going to sit back and do nothing. And Applause jumps back to the and Dagalt's kind of, young ma'am, I war might not be the best place for a youngster such as you. And she like runs over and pulls a dagger on him. Oh, you gonna stop me? And he kind of puts his hands up. No, I'm not. I'll stay with you. I'm gonna keep you safe. And if anybody tries to get the stone, I'll fucking stab them. Just like Applause showed me. Stab, stab.
Ma'am puts her massive hand on this small child and says, I like this one.
And she looks up at your knee. Yeah, I like you too. You're big, but I like that. That's cool. She kind of pokes your leg. You got really strong skin too.
So I've been told.
Okay, let's shoot time.
Yikes.
Go ahead.
So Dagout looks around and says, okay, so we have a few more. Scylla, you'll come with us to the tower. Applause, Legolas. We're going to set up defensive positions. The north gate, the southeast gate, the docks, the eastern gate, which probably will not be as important. And then we'll have a few guards roaming the streets as well to provide support. Where will you take up one of these posts? So, outside the narrative, anyone who's an NPC, you all will have the opportunity to place them at one of these defensive posts where if there happens to be a scuffle at that defensive post, the NPC can then join in. So obviously there's Applause, there's Legolas, there's Scylla, there's Ma'am, and basically any other NPCs that may or may not show up. We can either have me run them, or I can give those characters to one of you to run for that segment. If we do it that way, everyone will have the opportunity to run one NPC. If you want to do it that way.
I'm excited.
What just happened? Hello?
I think that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Wait.
He's getting feedback because he has the speakers and his phone and everything. So.
Oh, it's a Torrie. Hey, Torrie.
Wait, who was that?
Torrie.
All right.
Flash, can't hear you.
So, as you're having this conversation,
Okay.
You see Marigold Brightshine enter the Cyrano Sonnett.
Who?
I will be fighting the Battle of Leilon as well. You can count on my healing. And I have 4 healers who stayed behind as well. They too shall take up posts and defend Leilon. They have already taken up... Where's your name? Where are they? Damn it. They have already taken up posts at the town. You will find Landar, Moritan, Vertas, and Mishka. They are each... Mishka will take the north gate. Moradin will take the east gate. Landar will be at the docks, and Vertas will be in the tower. So if you have need of healing, they will be there. And I shall be patrolling the streets in case I am needed.
Wait.
Okay, hang on. You're telling me
I saw
where
you getting the
people are gonna
pencil.
go. Oh my god, you're telling me where people are gonna go, and I wasn't ready. I thought we were just fighting. Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
All right,
Someone should be taking notes right now. I don't know what.
Okay.
So all NPCs are being
Divided.
told what the plans are. So if you feel the need to ask an NPC what's going on, pretty much all of them will have answers as to what the strategic locations are, if you
Okay.
need to ask.
Sorry. Who's
No,
gonna
no.
be? So where are they sending? Who? Sorry.
So there are 4 healers. Mishka is going to the north gate. Moritan is going to the east gate. Landar is going to the docks, and Vertas is going to the tower.
Tower.
And
Docks.
Marigold herself will be patrolling the streets.
Sorry. Who's going to the docks? Leilon,
Landar.
Landar.
Yep.
And then tower is
Vertas.
Vertas. And then Marigold. Also to the tower?
Marigold is gonna kind of be in the streets, so she's gonna kind of be able to move and react to wherever is kind of needed.
Okay. All right. Well, not hang on. All right. Different type is needed. Hang on. Marigold. I'm just gonna write down everybody. Land art.
I put it in the chat also.
Mr. Thank you.
Um,
I'm starting to feel like Chris. Like,
I know. I know. Sweet. Okay.
Smash it.
I'm just trying to make sure that I know who's who. Okay. And then we already got told who's gonna be where for somebody else, right?
no, we get to
know that Scylla and Ma'am are both going to the tower.
So, no. So we have the east and north. So we have the north and east gates, the docks and the tower to defend. There's going to be guards in the streets.
So those are the official defensive positions that they are kind of setting up guards for. The north gate, the east gate, the docks, the tower, and the streets. They will all be manned by a portion of the guards.
Okay, so streets, north. east,
Where? Oh, sorry.
tower. Okay, so we're trying to figure out where to put everybody else now.
Yep. So right now the question is what to do with Applause and or Logolist.
Are we short resting?
Who
Resting at all?
we don't have time to.
We
We don't
don't-
have time to
if-
prep.
we have like 20 minutes before they show up, so we're literally like, scatter.
makes sense.
Some of that 20 minutes has gone by during
Yeah,
this.
already. So, who has power against undead?
Ma'am.
Yeah,
She's
ma'am's good
doing-
against undead.
That's at the
I'm-
docks in the south, right? Or the east. Oh,
Yeah, but Ma'am's going to the tower with the stone, so
yeah.
Right back.
Um,
You can continue to.
I'm thinking. I mean, I've got the sun sword. That makes me like sort
Okay.
of a danger to the undead,
Right.
and I have to get up close, which is, still not a great idea for me. With with my still, I have my armor and everything, but underneath I'm still pretty squishy.
Yeah. Wherever you are, I shouldn't be because we have the stone and can communicate.
Exactly. Like if we're gonna split the party, like my originally before I knew Salty was gonna be here, my
Mhm.
originally was to have Ma'am and Zwasos.
Is
go
Salty
deal
good
with-
against undead?
I mean, Salty.
Yeah, Salty it has. I think Divine Smite does more against undead, like an extra D8.
Okay, because the undead are coming from the mirror dead men. So he should be down near the docks and the east gate.
I mean, that's his area anyway. So yeah, he'd
Yeah.
love to be down there.
Okay. I'm better off against the orcs and the Talos people. Because I need like people that I can fight and parry and all of that. So
I mean, are
I
we
was
sure
gonna
we
be at
can
the
split the party at all? Like, do we not want to hold up together in one place?
what we need to do is buy time. We need to buy Varnock time to undo his wards and get the thing back up and running.
What
Well-
about the idea of the armies holding each other up? Do we want to let them like collide?
Can we like
We
bar
can-
the gates so that they have to kind of converge on the outside of the walls?
So are we gonna bar all the gates and everything
I mean,
to funnel them?
that's Siege Tactics 101 in any case. But-
And Beaufort speaks up at that point, and he says, "We have barricaded all the gates. They'll not stroll through the gates for sure. They'll have to hack their way in while being harried by our soldiers. At the very least, we can buy a little time before they enter the streets."
Do you want me to try to lead them to each other and then just skedaddle out of there?
If Varnock is the one who needs time, what if we all stayed kind of localized around Varnock? And then once he's done removing wards, soldiers can just start pouring out of it. If I understand the plan correctly.
I don't like the idea of just surrounding Varnock's house because by the time they get to us, that means they've gone through every other defense. I would rather be on the outskirts and be pushed back in, giving more time.
So right about this time,
Hmm.
a soldier enters the northern door of the Cyrano Sonnett. "Sir, the army has arrived from the north, but they've slowed. They seem to be forming up in position. General, can you come look?"
Oh God.
And Beaufort turns to Dago. "Sir, your leave to check on the status of this army." "Yes, of course, General. Go take a look." Anyone else who feels the need to see for themselves, go right ahead. We'll continue to strategize here.
I mean,
How
I
many-
can get a sky view.
Yeah. So be careful getting a sky view.
You'll be quite a
Eh.
target all alone in the sky.
I mean, they're still far away, aren't they? You said they were. Oh no, they're close.
They're
Then never-
they're at the gates and
Sorry.
they're forming position.
And the soldier
and
says they're not quite at the gates. They stopped about 100 feet from the gates. They seem to be forming up. But again, General, would you? And so, General, sir, by your leave, and he heads out to go take a look.
As that kind of happens, and as strategy is being taught, Salty's going to kind of walk over to Knaruck and say, "How you holding up?"
Good, little one. Been a while, friend. How you been?
Well, there's a lot happening, and seems like we're about to go into some, pardon my language, but some heavy shit here.
Heaviest shit I've ever seen in my camel lifetime.
You look a little banged up. Could you, could I patch you up a bit?
Wow. What? Once a friend, always a friend. Yes, thank you very much.
About how many points of healing would that would get you up
11.
to full? I will give you 11 points from my lay on hands. So Salty kind of slaps you on the shoulder, and you can feel your healing. I think I can do this right. I go over here. I click on you. You said 11.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, I did 2.
Hey, something.
How do I change that?
Any health will help, my friend.
Oh, here we go. I just give you 2, so I need to give you another 9.
Yes.
Go. All right. So that will leave me with 36 lay on hands. And Salty will say, you know, in situations like this, I've been known to give a talk, do some inspiring, but you I haven't been around as much, and you've been really inspiring folks. Maybe
Say no more, friend. I will inspire you with my song.
and just to am I correct in remembering that Knaruck has the inspiring leader feat?
Ooh.
Huh.
Because I believe, Nick, I was originally going to take that for Salty, and then Knaruck
You
had
sure
it,
do.
and this seems like a prime opportunity for a little inspiring speech from our
Wait,
fearless
inspiring leader?
bard.
I don't have that.
Yeah, you do. That's in your
Oh,
ability.
feet, not feature. Okay. Wow.
You're like, no, I have hooves, not feet.
Ba-doom-psh. Right. Wow. Okay. Huh.
Oh my god, this is gonna be great.
I'm never even like. Didn't know I had this. Oh shit. Okay. Yay. Everybody gather round.
Ooh.
For I have a tale to tell.
Salty sits cross-legged at your feet.
Oh, I love tails.
The folk band, they were quite the group. Happiness was part of the troop. Hanging around on the dirty stoops of Leilon.
Yeah. You're really quiet, Mario.
What?
I can barely hear you.
Why does this always happen when I play guitar? How's that sound? Does that sound good?
That's better.
Okay. The folk band of Leilon. From the tundra to the sea to the highlands, we traveled like friends till we did it to the end. From the forest to the sea, we were always meant to be with each other, like sisters and right brothers. We will inspire each other. Yeah. I inspire all of you to fight this battle.
You know what?
That was
Hell
so much more awesome than I thought it was ever gonna be.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And I thought it was gonna be really awesome.
Where is it?
Inspiring Lita.
I'm doing a special thing for that. It's awesome. Where is it? It's probably way up here.
So each temporary hit points equal to your level 10 plus 18. Wow. So 18. Yeah.
18 temp. Good point. Is that set up for you? Is there a thing for that? There is, but it's not 12 anymore. What's the number?
18.
18?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. 4. So 14.
14. Okay.
I was looking at the wrong.
All right, there you go. So you do have that inspiring speech.
How many can you target with that?
You choose up to 6 friendly
Six?
creatures within 30 feet.
So everyone in the party plus
Everyone here?
Want to kill something.
if there were 6, that'd be
I
so
know we're going to. We're
5,
going
so
to.
everybody plus whatever.
I want to kill lots of things.
Tuabor, I think your demon is crawling out of your shell and speaking.
So I'm just gonna add that to everyone here real quick.
Oh god, can you imagine if like there was just a shadow leaking out of Tuabor's shell right now? He hasn't killed something in such a long time that it's just like
So at the tail end of this inspiring speech, General Beaufort kind of enters, and he hears the mood of the room, so he waits a moment before you finish your inspiration. And he speaks up, "Sir, I think I have a bit of good news. The army of Talos seems to be hunkering down where they are. They seem to be. The only thing I can think is that they weren't expecting to see another army lining up on the other side of Leilon. They seem a bit hesitant. I took a minute to look eastward as well, and based on their movements, I'm guessing the same might be true of the undead army. They seem tentative. I don't think they expected another army to be here at the same time. This
I'm starting
could
for
work could work in our favor." What was that?
Wake me if anything happens. I'm starting a short rest.
if we're
That's
making Molotov cocktails, how many have we made so far?
I will say that you've made
30.
10.
10. Cool. I'm gonna take 2.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say I don't trust any of this. I trust that you are a veteran and I get it. But we fought both of them and that doesn't make sense. So pause. And I'm gonna stuff 2 Molotov cocktails into my bag. I know that I'm
Literally pause.
yeah, literally pause. And I'm gonna go scouts. I'm gonna stealthily just like like see if I can hear anything, see anyone, if Lauren is amongst the undead, if they're waiting for someone.
Okay. Are you leaving the town to do this?
Just throwing this out there. If I go with you, I can pass without a trace, so we can just fuck everything up by ourselves.
Someone could cast invisibility on her too. If actually, I don't know if anyone has that spell.
I mean,
Does
I
anyone
do, but
have-
I'm super low on spell slots, hence my short rest.
Pass without a trace, my friend. You want to go fuck shit up? Let's fuck shit up. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna find a place to sneak out of the town, I guess.
All right.
And I talked to Salty. Salty, just remind me to give you bardic inspiration before the before anything happens, if shit was to go down.
If it's before initiative gets rolled, you can pull out as many bardic inspirations as you want.
But it only lasts for 10 minutes.
Woohoo! Let's go! You ain't seeing me, bitches.
All right. So with pass without trace, that is a 38 and a 25.
Yeah. That's what's
So-
up.
You both get the impression that you're being fairly stealthy. So I'm going to give each of you the option of perception or investigation. Which would you prefer? And it can be either. It doesn't have to be the same for both of you.
I will take perception.
All right.
That's a
Same,
plus
I
6
need-
for me.
Yeah,
So.
I'll take a perception too.
All right.
Come on, give me another 20. Nope. Use my good roll trying to be sneaky.
I mean,
Fuck.
if you're gonna just get the one,
Oh,
Yeah, one of us gets it.
nicely done. All right. So, so
My
Let's say-
gut told me something was up. Here
Yeah.
we are.
so before you leave, you did tell Dagult that you were going to go scout the enemy and see what you can find. So he says, "Okay, we'll wait here." So over the better part of about an hour, you and Tuabor are scouting. So everyone else can take a short rest for that hour. I do have to ask, how long does inspiring leader? Is it just you get those? Is there any like time frame on those?
That's a good question. Let me check.
Nope. Okay.
Oh,
It does not expire, so that just stays where it is.
well, you can spend 10 minutes inspiring your campaign. Okay, so
Yep. But it doesn't.
the minimum.
Those they don't expire, so
Right.
they're not
Okay.
going. Other than hit dice, does anyone else get anything back on a short rest other than Zwasos?
I always forget.
key
that.
points.
Oh yeah, hit die. Yeah. That I don't need.
Other than hit dice,
Yeah.
is there anything else anyone gets back on a short rest? other than Zwasos?
Wait.
I don't know if it would be relevant. Ma'am can regain a spell slot. I don't even know if she is missing any spell slots.
Bardic inspirations, key points.
Yeah, I think she is.
Oh,
She
yeah.
cast a couple against the storm giant.
So doesn't Salty get something back on a short rest, Justin? But your rest.
A channel of divinity, but yeah.
Okay. So ma'am can go ahead and take a. Can you, if she wants to, she can get that slot back.
I don't. Is there a way that I can get access to her at the same time, or do I need to like?
Yeah, you can pick her as a character also. You can have both.
Yeah, I used to run Logoless and Zwasos all together all the time.
How do I get to her?
Just go back to characters.
Oh, I only get my bardic inspiration back after a long rest. Shit.
No. No, at 6th level, you get Bardic Inspirations back after a short rest. think it-
Ma'am has used a 3rd and a 4th level spell.
Okay, so I think she can regain a 3rd level.
Wait, where
I have
do you see that?
Unclick that box.
Thank you.
All right.
Would everyone be all right with Salty grabbing the potion of greater healing that's in the party sheet? Is everyone like stocked up with potions and stuff? We've got a potion of growth in there.
I don't think I've got one, but does Ma'am still have that potion of speed on her?
I think she gave it to Nyx.
Yeah, good. So Nick's has it.
I
Or is it-
have a potion of speed and I have one of the greater healing potions. So
I have a healing
all
ingredient.
set.
I think I'm good. Flash, where do you read the short rest?
I'm looking it up right now.
What are you looking for?
Oh, I'm regaining my bardic inspiration.
At 5th level, oh wait,
I think at 10th level you get it back on a short rest.
Where do you read that? That's cool.
yeah,
I
no.
like that.
You'd have to look under Bard,
Yeah, I'm looking at the bard.
and then you go all the way down. Is it Font of Inspiration? No. Oh yeah. It's level 5. Beginning when you reach the 5th level, you gain all of your bardic inspiration when you finish a short or long rest.
Where's that? Oh, okay.
And I think I fixed that on your sheet, so they
I
reset
have-
it to short rest.
I have one
Yeah.
thing in the inventory that just says potion. I can
I
only
guess
assume
Yeah, I guess you probably should have identified that. You have something else in your inventory that hasn't been identified, Mr. Keeper of
What?
all the magic stuff and never user of it.
What are you talking about? What else do I have?
Snap.
A whistle that is it the whistle?
Nope.
Is it the tinted spectacles? No.
Nope.
Is it the ring of? Oh, shit. It's not the feather token.
It's not in your inventory. Where did I see
It's not
that?
in my inventory.
Oh, yep, there it is.
It's a gold ring set with moonstones.
Nope.
While we're waiting,
Well,
I'm
maybe
just gonna
never
look.
mind. It was identified. Never mind.
Okay,
It's still hanging out in your bag of holding, not being used.
well, what is it?
What do you have in your bag of holding that you haven't
I
used?
have the con, but I've already. Does anybody want to listen to the con?
Ooh. Salty perks up when he sees you hold up a conch.
Salty was there when they got that con.
Oh yeah, he knows it's spooky, right?
He knows it was a gift from a hag.
Salty doesn't discriminate. Salty will say, yes, I'll have a listen.
Okay. So you hear, assuming that you hand it over,
Yeah.
it's the quarterstaff I'm talking about. As well, so
Quarterstaff, yeah, it deals necrotic damage.
Yep.
But
it's just hanging out in your bag of holding. Okay, so you hand over the conch to Salty. Salty, you listen to the shell and you hear the sound of waves, and you also hear at the very edge of your listening, you hear kind of a cackling and some words that don't quite make sense to you in the moment.
Does anybody want this quarterstaff that boosts necrotic damage? I guess is what Nick's hinting at. Who wants this fucking thing? It's in my.
I'm not trying to say it's important. I'm not saying anything. I happened to see it in there in your inventory, and I was like, oh yeah, that's been there for months.
Yeah,
Does
I
it
mean,
just
it sounds
do
cool.
necrotic
I probably
damage?
won't use it.
No,
yeah.
it boosts necrotic damage. Whenever you cast a spell, it boosts necrotic damage. When you cast a spell that deals necrotic damage, the spell gains a +1 bonus to damage roll of that spell.
Not be useful for me.
Yeah, I don't think I have any necrotic, neither Salty nor ma'am.
I mean, I've got Toll the Dead, but I've got more important things to keep in my hands than a staff in case I cast Toll the Dead to get a +1.
Indeed.
I mean, I'm gonna be swapping out Toll the Dead later. I've got Eldritch Blast.
Salty hands the conch back to you and says, I don't think I liked that.
I mean, I've listened to it a half a dozen times. I've never had a problem.
Okay. What remind me what does that give you advantage on an attack or something?
Gives you inspiration.
It gives you inspiration.
Oh.
Which you already have.
I already had. That's all right.
Damn it. Somebody else want to listen to it? Maybe doesn't already have inspiration?
You all got inspiration at the dragons, the monk lair thing, and you haven't used it yet.
Who remembers that we have inspiration? You won't let us use it after the fact.
That is actually something we talked about last time. So for all of you who weren't here last time, I brought up an optional inspiration option. So if you want advantage on the roll, you have to call that you're using your inspiration before you make the roll. That's rules as written. But what I'm adding is that if you want to use your inspiration after rolling, you have to use the inspiration roll. So it's no longer an either or, it's just you take the new roll.
So it's like another shot at it instead of a best of 2.
It's a do-over rather than a advantage.
I like that.
I love that.
I think that's nice. can't be used to yeah. Anyway, okay. All right. So, Nyx and Tuabor, you make your way very silently in the shadows. Moving from tree to tree, very stealthily. I'm hoping you both can hear me. You make your way very stealthily through the shadows, first to the undead army, and then over to Blix's army. In the process, you do see Ularin. You recognize him. He's hard to miss. Figure dressed all in black. Okay. Figure dressed all in black, with silver runes all over his robes, most of which in the symbol of what you know to be Merkel, a skull in a triangle. You can see he has a pair of what you can only guess to be necromancers at his side, as well as a gigantic skeleton that is amazingly wearing a breastplate.
Is it the same size as the skeletons we fought?
You don't know, you're not there. So you listen for a little bit and you hear a little bit of conversation with Ularin and the necromancers, talking about this new army that has arrived. And you catch bits and pieces of the conversation, with Ularin saying he doesn't want to be the first to attack. Let their army weaken the town of Leilon before we launch our attack. Hearing that and feeling pretty good about it, you head north over to the army of Talos. And you see basically what Zwasos saw. A large army of barbarians, a large handful of anchorites, and a couple of giants as well. You do see Blix. He appears to be up on a rise of a hill, gives him a little bit of a vantage point. And you see him as well talking to he has two anchorites and one storm giant that seem to stay near his side, or one giant. You don't know what kind of giant it might be. And you hear him talking, saying that he's surprised to see undead pouring out of the mirror as well. But ultimately, with the signal they saw, it's not too surprising. You hear some very similar, perhaps we'll wait for nightfall, and if the undead attack during the night, we'll let them soften up the forces of Leilon before attacking ourselves. So hold for my call to attack. And so you do get the idea that both armies seem to be content for the moment to wait for the other to make the first move. And unless there's anything else you would like to do, you'll head back to Leilon at that
I want to roll for initiative. That's what I want to do.
point. You gonna attack him?
Chris, please don't.
Fine.
I love you so much, my friend. Thank you. Oh, God.
I mean, you'll get a surprise round if you want it.
Okay,
Just- If you think you can take Blix, a couple of anchorites, and a giant surrounded
Just
by
saying,
an army,
a cone of
Go for
cold hitting all of them at once would be pretty cool. But
be cool.
Would be cool, but let's hold off on
and to be fair, I wouldn't have to play too much longer. So.
Oh my god.
All right. So,
Um,
assuming Tuabor restrains himself,
Yeah.
Unhappily.
Yep.
we can I just like nudge Tuabor because I see him like picking up his hammer and I'm like no. And then sneak back into town. We need to get the wards off the fucking house. And I'm gonna make a beeline to Varnock's house.
Okay.
You guys are already on your way back. I was going to suggest that if you guys want to just let them sit and have Tuabor come back, he could get both his wild shapes back with a short rest.
We're both back.
I know. I was going to say that. Never mind.
So you're back.
Yeah.
So Nyx and Tuabor come back. It takes them, so it's been about an hour. I'll say it takes you about 10 minutes to kind of relay all this information. Before you head off to Varnock's house, Daggalt kind of looks around the room and says, it seems as though, well, friends, since its refounding, we have all fought for Leilon in one way or another. Some have fought with long, hard days, rebuilding structures, carrying supplies, or tending fields. Others have fought the currents, the patterns of fish, migration, and even the monsters of the sea. Others, and he looks at the folk band, have fought enemies intent on our destruction head-on with steel and magic. Tonight, perhaps tomorrow, perhaps the next day, I will ask all of you to fight with me once more for Leilon. We fight monsters and men, but we also fight alongside the heroes that have protected us. And if you hear a few soldiers call out, "Hey, woo, go Nyx, the salty's my favorite, Knaruck, Big Z." And so Daggalt turns to the folk band. We now have soldiers guarding the docks and each of the gates, patrolling the streets and the base of the tower in case they try to enter by stealth. General Brufort and I, especially Nyx and Tuabor with your reconnaissance, we agree that the armies did not expect each other. And they both seem as if they are content to wait for the other to make the first move. I believe this could buy us some time. Our best guess, based on what we've heard, is that Ularin will likely be the first to strike. His undead will have the advantage of night, and we expect, if both armies wait for the other to make the first move, that it will be Ularin's army to lose their mettle and wish to fight within the darkness. For that reason, I expect us to be assaulted before dawn. I suggest you all get as much rest as you can and be ready for a full assault before dawn. If they attack earlier, we'll send alarms up and we'll send runners as we're able.
We'll need to make sure that the town is lit as well as possible.
Yes, we have soldiers putting torches. They're setting up sconces on the buildings. Marigold and her healers have light spells they can provide as well for our soldiers. We have to assume the barbarians cannot see in the dark either, so that may help us. I don't know enough about undead to know if they'll be able to see in the dark. I have to assume they will. But General Buford and I will run operations from the tower. We're going to head there now. We'll be able to see and command best from there. And being the best defensible position, we suggest that all lines of retreat head back to the tower. I've seen battle like this before, on this scale, and I offer you 3 pieces of advice. The first is stay together if you can. The whole of your power is greater than the sum of you as individuals. The second is remember, at any time, we could get the teleportation circle activated, and we can get more soldiers here to reinforce. The wizards just need more time. And lastly, as a last resort, always choose retreat over death. If we must die this day, let us die together defending the tower and the stone. Buford, gather up a few men. Ma'am, Scylla, we're going to head to the tower. Folk band, You have a few hours to make preparations, but I suggest you get as much rest as you possibly can. If we're correct and the assault comes just before dawn, you may have just enough time to fully rest yourselves preparing for this battle.
Right.
And you see as General Beaufort and Daggle exit, you hear an exclamation. Oh, I'm sorry. Before he says that, it seems the gods Talos and Merkel have set their eyes on Leilon. I suggest this night each of you ask your gods for protection as well. And maybe through their grace, we'll survive the night. And they step outside to head towards the tower. And as they get outside, you hear from both Beaufort and Dagult at the same time. Good fucking God, what is that?
I run out. I heard. I called it. I fucking called it. I run out.
God.
And for those of you who run outside to see what the F is going on now, you turn to the sky and you see the sky above you, which is just churning. You see this funnel cloud appear and start to pull down towards the town, spinning, and flashes of light within the funnel cloud appear, and it just comes down to this point right in front of Cyrano's Sonnett. And you hear this boom, boom, and the funnel cloud starts to pull back, and a figure stands in the town.
A hell.
Is it Blix? Is it Talos? Is it Ebenda? Is it?
You actually don't recognize this figure. Let me see if I can. Do I have a full picture?
Yeah.
Do I do. And you see this figure standing. Oh, I gotta turn that.
Okay.
And
You are sick. Do not worry.
would somebody like to tell the folk band who they're seeing?
I'm sorry, Justin's face is throwing me off.
I have no idea who this is.
Takers?
I'm sorry. You guys are all. I'm so nervous. I'm sorry.
Everybody's excited to see you.
Oh.
This is so awesome.
So this is Thunder on the Mountain. He is a Tempest Cleric of the goddess Akati. And I am here to save you.
Okay, right on.
Oh,
Cool.
holy shit, Nick, that was awesome. I like to think that he's forever just a little staticky as well.
Every time he touches someone, ah!
He has a habit of blinding himself before touching doorknobs.
Constantly rubbing his feet on the carpet.
Nyx does
The
not
turn for the
really.
better.
Nyx does not really know like gods in sense of like clerics and paladins do. So just seeing a Tabaxi like creature like herself descend from the heavens, she's like, "Thank God, we're saved!"
It's quite glorious. I like this. I'm not.
It's even more exciting
Good.
for Nyx because Thunder on the Mountain is a Cleric 9, Monk 1.
Cleric 9, Monk 1.
Alright.
3, 9, and 1.
Aesthetically, I didn't want to have to wear armor.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like
How,
as you appear, like Buford like pulls his sword and steps in front of Daggalt, and then you offer the, Akadi sends me here to help, and he just kind of sheaths his sword, looks back at Daggalt, and says, "We'll take all the help we can get."
Less of a skittish state. In less of a skittish state, I walk kind of forward and I look up and down. How big is this new creature?
6 foot.
About a foot shorter than you.
Shorter than me?
Yeah.
Everybody's short.
Yay.
I'm sorry. What race are you again?
Camelfolk.
Oh, cool.
Camelfolk. Oh, hi. My name's Knaruck.
I know.
Camelfolk. Yep. Okay. Yep.
And he just starts going down the line, and your Tuabor, your Salty's here, and you just right down the line. He knows all of you.
As you say, Salty is like creeping up, like about to touch you, and I imagine there's just like a little arc of electricity between us.
No. Bad idea. Bad idea, Mr. Fogman. And then he points at Zwasos. You should get rid of that shell.
Should. What's wrong with the town?
Who accepts gifts from hags?
She was nice, huh?
Oh, stop bickering, you two.
She was. I mean, they killed Brendor. I mean, I don't want to. Based on my experience with them, they were very helpful.
You know what?
Guard was pretty cool.
You know what? Never mind.
Actually,
It's pretty.
Nix is still like, we're safe. just like so much more happy. Just like seeing somebody like herself ascend from the heavens, just like
That's awesome.
I was scared at first. It looked like the Black Hole Sun music video at first, but now less.
The Black Hole Sun music video.
When you're expecting Ebon Death coming down and you see Thunder of the Mountain instead, anything is better. Nothing could be better than that. Nothing could be better. Just Thunder. Oh my god.
Now that I'm here officially, I would like to ask, does anybody think we can get away with creating some kind of an illusion or something to make the armies think that they're attacking each other? Like right now?
I don't have magic.
I mean, the best I've got
mean,
is thaumaturgy. I don't think that's gonna work.
I could go invisible and go prestidigitate
Yes,
in the areas in between them.
Yeah, you can do like a million things with prestidigitation.
Yes, you can.
That's
I saw that video. I
that's
saw
a
the video
cantrip,
you
right?
sent me.
Yes, it's a cantrip.
Which would cause your invisibility to disappear.
I think greater invisibility.
I don't have greater invisibility. I am an 8th level sorcerer.
Oh, well, that's bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is crap. Nick wouldn't let us level up. What a freaking turd. We killed a giant. Nope, not good enough.
Don't insult him until after the fighting's over.
Oh, I see.
Maybe if you'd killed 2 giants, it could have leveled up. But
Oh, you've got a point.
Give me a minute.
and you didn't
All
even
that I'm
take
hearing-
a shot.
Right? All that I'm hearing is that we need to kill shit. Ready? Let's go to a board.
Let's go straight to bed.
Say, just remember, I didn't attack an entire army for you people.
That's right.
It's fair. It's fair.
That's the largest bit of restraint I've ever seen from Tuabor.
I know,
He just
right?
wanted his wild shaped back.
Don't get used to it.
I won't.
Okay.
Be any need for restraint come dawn. Let's go.
We should. All right. We
The
need
resting-
to remove the sigils. We need to get people rested so they have spell slots, and we need to fuck shit up. Let's do it.
All
Yes.
right.
Don't fuck
I
shit.
couldn't
No.
agree anymore.
So we have Daggalt, Buford, Mam, Bubble, and Scylla are headed to the tower.
As Ma'am starts to walk away, she stops and she just walks up to Nyx and she says, just well, now this is hard because I can't tell you not to do anything stupid out there, because that's just, well, that's kind of part of why I like you, but just
I jump up and I hug.
ma'am, just
Silent.
hug. And she looks at the rest of you and looks at Thunder in the Mountain, looks up and down and says, well, I can say to the rest of you, keep this one safe. And ma'am just puts you down.
And as they go up, Zwasos, he will acknowledge applause and tell him to go take high ground and take to the sky in the tower, because he's going up in the tower. And I don't know, it was poetic. You can't fly. I was hoping to.
Will you quit telling him he can't fly?
Oh my god.
Wow.
I was trying to. It's his chance to get to the skies in the tower.
Wow. Wow.
Fine.
Why don't you just
I go to the peculiarity shop and I find a scroll. I find a spell scroll with spell fly and cast it on applause.
Again,
so you're using a spell?
he can't fly. Just talking about flying.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you.
Tuck my wings in. I'm just gonna stay in here.
This is
I
why
am
you
like-
do trouble.
With
So
all of this time that Applause has had in between, I am 99% certain that he would find a way. Truth be damned. Species be damned.
He's got
We
to
just
leave
cut-
on something, but he hasn't been able to get there yet.
We cut to a flashback of like Applause sitting in a slingshot, like, all right, Legolas, pull!
Oh my god!
That is awesome.
Okay, so we're resting as best as we can until dawn. Chris wants to kill things.
Yeah.
So I apologize. Where are Applause and Legolas being stationed?
Oh, I
I
think
think somebody needs to be protecting Garnock. Is he by himself?
There's
No,
the
we've got-
three wizards. The three wizards are together.
Okay, so we got all the glass cannons together. Can we get some? I think there should be some meat shields.
perhaps a couple of
Some of the-
marshals to be there with him.
I mean, why not Applause
Yeah.
and?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. you said
Applause and
Marshall.
Applause and Legolas. I think that's a good place for them to be.
Okay. So they will be, we'll say, in the streets outside of the, and it's not actually Varnock's house. It's the house next door.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to say a dumb here, but again, I understand not wanting the armies to get in at all, and that's definitely a step in this. But if nobody's in here but people who are fighting, and they're trying to get the stone, it seems like if we just
Well, even Daggold even said that we should stay together. And Daggold's Nick, so
What
Can
was
they-
that, Torrie?
can they know where the stone is? Like, can they sense where the stone is?
we know the stone is in the tower. We know that. That's where they,
Heaven.
oh no,
The
they can't
last
sense where the
time-
they found out. They've discovered that it's here.
But they're here to get the stone.
They're here to get the stone.
So why not hide in some place we can defend, but seems like not a place you'd hide it, and just
Yeah.
hide there.
So,
I-
hang on a second.
So I was gonna say the last time they knew Nyx had the stone, so I was just gonna grab a stone that was the same size, wrap it in the same rags that I did, and then just like have it in the pouch, like because the last time they knew it was.
Genius.
We should
It
all have
was-
Genius. We should all have one.
So, Knaruck,
yes.
Thunder, Tuabor,
Mhm.
Salty, they all know of a spell called Locate Object.
Oh yeah, that's a fair point. Magic exists.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I'm remembering now. That's why when we were talking about hiding it before, they ultimately decided not to do that
Well,
because
following it is still on the list.
yeah, and we still
locate object. I don't have locate. I know
No,
other
you
spell.
don't,
Or no,
but it
I
is
know a
it's
spell.
available to you. It's a spell
No,
that you could.
more
It's-
specifically,
right.
available to the enemy.
Okay.
Available to bards. That's why you know of its existence. You don't have it, but you're aware
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
I can learn. I can't learn locate object.
I mean, that's irrelevant.
Interesting.
Only the cool people can learn locate object.
Yeah.
I
Only
know.
cool people.
Not unless you took another multi-class.
Yeah, of cool.
I was gonna
Pick the cool class.
still make those type of thing, like get some rags and get like rocks that were a similar size of the stone since I had it, and
Yeah.
just wrap them and then decoys. Because the
Okay.
last time they knew was that I had it.
What are you doing with
anyone-
those decoys?
Well, like each person gets a decoy.
Yeah.
Is there a lead box that somebody has?
A lead box?
If we had a
Anybody-
conversation,
I do have
anybody
prestidigitation.
have a lead box in their inventory?
I have prestidigitation.
yeah, but it only lasts for a round if you summon a trinket.
Who's still around that hasn't like for NPCs who's still around? I know Daggolf and stuff left.
Marigold is still. She's about to make her way out into the streets, and then Legolas and Applause are still kind of hanging around, waiting for final orders.
Legolas will ask Applause or Legolas. Salty will ask Applause and Legolas if they happen to have like a lead lockbox or something behind the counter.
Applause says, "Well, of course I have a chest for my special coins, but it's not made of lead. Could we use that?"
No, I
it's
think it has
steel.
to be lead.
I
Why
don't have a
lead?
steel one. Take a note. I
Why
need
lead?
Just put it in baseball.
There's a spell. If I remember correctly, that you can use it to find an item, but I think if you have it in lead, they can't use it, and so maybe we could put the stone. If we had a lead box, we could just
Smith
hide it.
that might have some lead.
Yeah. Yeah. There must be somebody.
There's
There must be
a
somebody.
smithy, but the person, the blacksmith, is evacuated.
Yeah.
Let's go to the
Time to
blacksmith
break
shop.
it. Let's
Just
time to
break
break
in.
into people's houses.
Fucking loot.
Woo!
Let's loot.
Is it not?
Actually,
hidden?
no. I'm too lawful for that. I'm
Okay.
against looting.
So
Tuabor can loot.
if it can't be destroyed, then we could just put it in molten lead. We don't have to do anything fancy with it.
That was what I was thinking. I mean, it would take too long. We really should be focusing on resting.
Yeah, probably.
Like,
Yeah.
but
Like both
What-
are important.
once we're done, sweeping up this mess very casually,
Very
That-
casual.
we'll fire up the smithy, we'll melt down some lead, we'll coat the thing in lead, and then we'll, I don't know, launch it into space or something. Jesus.
Okay, so I'm
Serious
fine.
one ring kind of shit.
Like I'm fine. I'm fine. I have all of my stuff back. So if there's somebody that needs to rest, they should rest. But if everybody's okay, like I can make sure that there's enough time to take like a short rest so I'm not exhausted. Or sleep as much as possible so I'm not exhausted afterwards. But I can do it.
All right. I will long rest at this.
I
time.
wouldn't mind a short rest to get my wild shapes back.
I thought we did a short rest. I thought you got it back.
If there's time
Yeah.
for a
You don't get wild shapes back on a short rest. Only.
Can
a
I long rest?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I do.
You do.
Because
Oh,
of a
that's right. You
circle.
do. I'm sorry. Yep, you do.
I'm a tired camel.
Ah,
I want a
but-
long rest.
you were scouting when everyone else was taking a short rest.
Hmm.
But do you want spell slots back and stuff, Chris?
Yeah, I want my spell slots back.
Yeah, I mean, it would be handy to have for sure.
And so I
And
can get
next, you would know that you can only cure exhaustion with a long rest. So if you were to stay awake all night, you would take a level of exhaustion.
even if I slept as long as
As long as what?
even if I did whatever I needed to do now and then just slept, it wouldn't count because it didn't.
Eliza's
I'm
wondering
not
if
sure what you're saying.
she doesn't
Yeah.
take the full 8 hours, but she takes like 4. Is that enough to avoid exhaustion?
That's a short rest. If you don't get the full long rest, you don't get a full long rest.
Then we should all long rest. The last thing we need is Eliza, I mean, 1 level of exhaustion is disadvantage on ability checks, but that's not nothing, especially for our stealth expert.
All right, long rest it is.
I'm long resting.
Yes. I want
Okay.
spell slot 5.
This camel is tired,
So
Oh, boo.
and I don't.
okay,
Have a lot
I was
of
just gonna
spell
say,
slots.
where is everyone choosing to rest?
I was gonna do it.
And
Stone
Sure,
who
these are
has
beds,
the
right?
actual stone? Do you still
Daggle.
have it, Nix?
Or no,
No,
did
I
you give
gave
it-
it. I
You
gave
gave
it to Daggle.
Okay.
I gave it to Ma'am.
Wait.
Well, that's right.
I
You
need
gave
to
it
look
to
at
Mam.
Mam's spells.
Mam's at the tower, right?
Sorry, Nick,
Yeah,
I was never able to
Ma'am.
get access to Mam's sheet, but I'm realizing she might actually have a spell that could help with this. How do you say I get access to her?
Over on the right side under player, you would click on characters. It's in all the little options.
Oh, okay, sweet. Thank you.
There you go.
she's got a big hammer called the Corpse Slayer. It does the extra D8 damage to undead, just like the Sunsword does. And so, at one point in time, she would cast what's it called, Spirit Shroud, Justin? Is that right?
Yes.
So Spirit Shroud, which does an extra D8 attack, adds D8 to all your attacks. And so she would cast Booming Blade, which adds another D8. So it was 2 D8s for the hammer, and then a D8 for Booming Blade, and a D8 for Spirit Shroud.
Nice.
Yeah, she messed up some undead. Especially when we fought the giant skeleton. Oh, speaking of which, was Lahama Runtos there?
And you don't know.
Yes, I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
Ebon Death or Llama was not anywhere that we saw.
Lauren was there, and you said there was a giant skeleton.
I need to go AFK for just a minute and a half.
No problem. We won't roll initiative without you.
And roll initiative.
Just now was priceless.
Yeah, I'm guessing I know the answer to this. Private Sanctum says creatures in the area can't be targeted by divination spells. I'm guessing you wouldn't extend that to objects.
If you swallowed it. Rules is written, an object counts as part of the person when it's worn or carried. Just saying.
Oh wait, that's not what I want. I would say it would work, for the reason that, if you were trying to divinate somebody and you knew they were holding something, you could get around the spell by just divining the thing that they're holding. So I would say if it's on their person and they're in the sanctum, they would be free from divination. And I assume locate object is divination.
So, could ma'am, Private Sanctum lasts 24 hours. I can use a charge from my spell book to swap out an abjuration spell on my prepared list. So I could prepare Private Sanctum, and could I cast that before we long rest, because it lasts for 24 hours, and just hunker down in there?
You can certainly try.
I think that is what I would like ma'am to do, if that's cool with you. Once the we get into the tower.
Okay, so you're going to the tower. You are going to use your staff to swap an abjuration spell.
My book, yes. But mostly just so that I don't have to do it in the morning, so that she can regain all her spell slots. Oh wait, actually, she only has 1 4th level slot, so she would have to wait for the morning.
Okay.
So she'll just prepare it in the morning, and cast it, if that still works.
Okay.
Assuming that we do have time for a long rest.
Right. Yeah. She'll sleep as long as she can. Plan to prepare that spell, probably in place of Fire Shield, since that's my other 4th level spell. And yeah, as soon as possible in the morning, she would cast that.
Okay. All right, so that is ma'am's plan. How? Hang on, let me look at that spell. So what exactly does that? You make an area within range. Okay, as small as 5 feet to as large as 100 feet. Okay. So, and you were gonna choose the option.
She'll just cast it on the room of the tower, like that upper room or wherever they're gonna be.
Okay.
I think I can choose any of these, so I want sound to be able to pass through so that we can hear what's going on.
Okay.
I don't think it needs to be. Yeah, just the last 4, I think. Censors by divination spells can't appear inside. Creatures in the area can't be targeted by divination spells. Nothing can teleport into or out of, and planar travel is blocked within the warded area.
Okay. All right. So you can see and hear in and out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That is your plan. Very good.
Is that going to mess with the Swords of Leilon, that planar blocking thing?
Oh yeah, I get, like ma'am would communicate this all to everybody and be like, ask if that screws any plans up. Like, do people need to be able to teleport? Like, is that any crucial plan? She doesn't want to do anything that is gonna screw anyone else up. The most important stuff is blocking divination.
Right. Let's see. So people can just walk through this, right? Like there's no.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Magically secure. Okay. So it wouldn't stop somebody physically from walking up to ma'am and.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So the Dagalt and Buford are both like, that's a great idea. We don't see any issues with that. The Swords of Leilon said, yeah, I think that's a great idea. We won't be able to move from the ethereal plane and back within said sphere, but then nothing else can do that as well. So we'll stay here on the material plane while the sanctum is available.
And on that note, does ma'am know Liamon's tiny hut?
No, I don't.
All right. So it is approximately 7 p.m. at this point.
Do you do a quick summary of what you just did, Salty?
What ma'am just did?
Ma'am, yeah.
So ma'am cast a spell called Private Sanctum, or is going to cast a spell called Private Sanctum in the morning. That will basically make the area that they're in the tower like impenetrable from divination. So like people, they won't be able to cast locate object on the stone.
Oh, cool.
Which will help with Nyx's plan to have us all have decoys. So that'll hopefully be more of a distraction for them.
Cool. So the lead, we don't need the lead anymore.
Correct. Yep.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I'm gonna get some coffee real quick. Back.
Poor Chris, he's waited so long.
I know. Be right back.
Don't worry, Chris, I feel you.
Oh, okay.
Was scanned tomorrow.
Okay.
Hi, Angie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Where's the
You're
camera?
there.
And there. Hi. I don't see me. It's
I
very
know.
confusing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is this going to be on the stream?
No.
Oh.
Your voice will.
Okay.
Just voice,
Okay.
not video.
Very good. Hi, everybody.
So if you're standing here, it wouldn't matter.
Okay. I'm standing 6 feet away.
Yeah.
All right. Have fun, guys. Have fun.
Yes.
Oh, we're
Have fun storming the castle.
Nick, I've been meaning to say that I love your background. Like, I love that you've got the stone wall and everything
I
there.
like that.
It's great.
Thank you. I had
It's
a lot
gonna
of fun picking that up.
I'm realizing you have a suit of armor.
You know, right?
Yeah. Pretty cool, huh?
That is
Very.
really cool.
Oh, I forgot to turn my skull on. I usually turn that on.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it. Oh my god, I love it.
I like it a lot. My lair. Woo. Did I miss anything while I was away? I assume not.
You know,
No.
we left it like everybody took
I
off
mean,
too.
we defeated both armies.
Yes, everything's good. We're good.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. That was easy.
Yeah, we actually earned enough XP to level up twice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Great. So we can talk about our the next module or what we all want to do next.
Well, you said to dole out that XP to us though.
What's that?
You gotta dole out that XP to us.
Oh
don't want
yeah.
Sorry about that.
We all get 12.
Next, did he heel turn and grab the stone? That's how both armies are gone because it was a Thanos snap. Anyways.
You see half the armies turn to dust.
Ugh.
And let's see.
Nick, there is one thing I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
So I've got the spell Call Lightning,
Yep,
and I know that there's a storm brewing overhead right now.
there sure is.
Is that permanent? Like, do I feel like that might be useful?
You sure do.
Awesome.
I imagine you and Tuabor are gonna enjoy that storm very much.
Yes, I imagine that we will.
Yeah, I like storms.
Especially when you could do Call Lightning and then change into whatever beastly creature you want.
Calling them wild.
My favorite
Oh,
combos.
that sounds like something out of like Animorphs or something. This-
Mhm. And we found out that if he's a giant ape, he can dual wield still because he has fingers.
We will allow it.
Chris, did you ever watch that video I sent you?
Probably not.
I'm still here.
Can we do that chain lightning and make it look like Talos is attacking the zombies? I mean, it's their storm.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
I think we could probably. I think we can probably do it. I don't. But the issue is that Blitz is the.
I don't think it's long enough.
I was surprised that Daggle said that they expect the undead army to attack first, because from what we heard, assuming we got full reports, the alarm was all like, we'll wait for them to soften up the blah, 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 guys. But Blitz was all like, we'll wait for Nightfall and see if they soften up the blah, 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 guys. So Blitz seemed to be the one to, more interested in.
Is that what Nick's told you?
Yes, we got full reports from Blitz and Tuabor.
Oh. I'm not sure if Nick's relayed that correctly then.
That's not what Nick said.
Oh, boy.
I said that Ular. That's not what I said. Is that what you got from Daggle's interpretation?
No, that's what Daggle said. I was saying I was surprised to hear that because it sounded like you were saying something different when you relayed what you had heard.
Yeah, because I relayed that Lauren said that they're gonna wait and see if the other attacks first and softens us up, and then Blix was like, we'll wait to see if they attack. But it was mostly by nightfall.
And just because Daggle guessed it doesn't mean it's true.
Oh, freaking Daggle. I've never trusted that guy.
I know.
So,
Not
what
like
time?
he's giving you tons of money or anything. What's
Like,
that?
I'm in the middle of a dream about cutting swaths through undead with my sun sword. And
Is
just-
so narratively, is everybody kind of done with the preparations they want to make before nighty night time?
I guess so.
yeah,
We
I mean, I assumed we were when everybody,
have we decided
walked
where
off
we're
for
going to
break
be?
time. We actually haven't decided where we're going to be. At least I
We
don't remember.
didn't decide where we were gonna be because we have people stationed at the tower, and we were gonna just go to whoever attacked first if need be.
The front line.
No, I
the
think she means we haven't decided where we're going to rest.
Oh,
the tavern.
Sonnett.
On the front line.
On the
The
front.
Sonnett.
Yeah, screw it. I'm with two. And just
So,
sleep right there.
I'm
The alarm goes off, just take to the skies and start blasting.
Well,
Yeah.
the
Oh, Nix, hello. Pleasure seeing you in this room.
I just
Sonnett is midway between the two.
Cyrano Sonnett does seem to be midway between the two gates, so it's kind of the most convenient place to be, and then be able to get to either place. Not be
Yeah.
significantly farther from one place than the other.
I'm just tired as hell.
Yeah, let's stay in the
Find
tavern.
the first bed. Just lying down.
Yeah, literally.
I don't care.
There are rooms, there are beds.
I just didn't want to be alone. Because like after Daggett was like, make sure you're not alone. I was like, oh shit.
Here,
Okay.
I would never
I'll-
leave you.
I'll move a bed closer to you, so you're
together.
less alone.
Nope, that's not right.
Dalgal had said something about praying to our gods, right?
Shit, right?
I do that all the time.
That was a code word for something else.
Oh, since Nick thinks Thunder still is the reincarnation of the cat god, they're gonna come up and be like, dear cat god. Just like,
He's gonna let you too. Like he's kind of down with this. Yes, I am.
and they're gonna pray for safety during the battle and like maybe just like thank you for sending the reincarnation of yourself.
Just poops you on the nose with a little electric shock.
And it's like the Pink Panther go poof.
Oh, I just got a visualization of Thunder with his whiskers, like the arcs of energy going out the whiskers.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
What's crazy is that Thunder was first created like 4 or 5 years ago, before the folk band was ever a thing. This was a character that Torrie played for a little bit.
Nice.
I DM for my kids, and they needed someone to save their ass. So
It happens. It happens.
just because I kind of imagine him kind of with a deep voice. I expect him. I see him as kind of sounding and moving like thunder. If that makes sense. Like he just kind of embodies it.
He rumbles.
He does. James Earl Jones style.
I still have. I am here. You are saved.
Yeah, you are saying.
Carlson. All right, so Nyx does their thing for the cat god. Anybody else offering any prayers to their gods before
I will accept no prayers.
I mean, I'm
There is no god.
wishing as hard as he can that the Knights of the Order might somehow know what's happening and show up.
Very good. Anyone
It's
else?
been 2 months since we sent Alikik back to the Order to report about Talos's,
Indeed.
Salty just checks in with Denny.
Okay. What specifically? Anything?
I think just reassurance. I mean, the commitment to Denny's cause is Salty's devotion. So I think even with him being the captain, he in this extremely important moment, he just feels like he needs to kind of seek guidance from her. So he just kind of spends some somber time with her, but then we'll spend the evening in the Sonnett with everyone else.
Okay. Well, she tells you not to worry, don't you know? This isn't her first rodeo, the Salty Six will be just fine. You just make sure that Salty does what he needs to do,
I know that's what everyone just keeps telling me to do, and I think that's what I need to listen to. Thanks, Denny.
Oh, for sure, Captain. We all been talking about it a bit, and we all agree you're much more than what you think you are. You're really, you're really a lot of people's guiding light. You're
Some say you're a righteous dude.
They would say that for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, they'd say that.
Oh gosh. Oh my. Oh, now I'm going into your accent a little bit here. It happens when we spend so much time together on the sea. Yes. No. Thank you. I needed that. Thank you. This time with you and on Stormbreaker, it's been great. But My place is with the folk band. And that's where I need to be right now. So Telty gives Denny a hug and
She vigorously hugs back.
we'll see you on the battlefield, I guess.
Aye, that we will. Your
Yeah,
family needs
Salty.
you.
Yes. You're right. And Telty will wipe away a tear and go back to the sonnet.
Awesome. All right. Does anyone else have any pre-nap thoughts, feelings, words?
Quick question with no context.
Yeah.
Sunday driver or deadhead?
Oh, Deadhead.
Okay, thank
I'm not sure which, but I probably would always choose Deadhead in that situation.
So Nick, the temporary hit points we get, is that going to last even through the long rest?
It will last until the end of the long rest. So, like, if you're woken up by something nasty, they'll still be there. But if you get a full rest and wake up, they'll be gone.
Okay. And then how long does it take to do? It takes 10 minutes to do that speech.
10 minutes. Yep.
So, the information that you gave me about the stone, how much of that, I don't really understand how much of that they don't know, or what I should be.
That is an excellent question. What did I tell you?
We know that it is a stone from creation, and that it is part of creation, and that if we touch it and we wish something, that it needs lifeblood, and that dragons or liches or liches can do it, but that needs to be an ancient dragon to not have a consequence, and the consequence is that you can survive, but somebody else will die or not exist anymore.
So,
Often,
to answer your question, Torrie, none of what I told you the folk band knows.
Oh.
Of everything.
Oh.
Well, I mean, yeah. So okay, yeah. Some of the other stuff they know. So yeah. Well, let me just be clear. Nyx doesn't know. Zwasos doesn't know. Tuabor obviously knows the first part, but not the second. Same with Knaruck. He knows the first part, but not after the first comma. And Ma'am doesn't know any of that.
So
what about Salty?
Oh, I missed Salty.
It sounds like Salty doesn't know that second part.
Salty doesn't know anything after the semicolon.
So does Thunder have anything they'd like to tell us?
Well, I definitely should.
What do you mean?
Would you mind helping to explain the stone part? I don't know enough about the stone part to really know what I'm talking about here.
So the stone is the ruin stone.
Okay.
And it is what the folk band have been told. They've been told 3 different things at 3 different times. Some of which is true, some of which is not. So I'm going to boil it down to what they've discerned as the truth. The ruin stone is a shard of creation. It was a leftover piece of when the original gods were formed and created the multiverse that you all know and live in. A long time ago, a wizard found it, discovered some of its power, and called it the Ruin Stone.
Okay.
And all other all other Faerun knowledge of this comes from that wizard's exploration of this shard.
And that was Thalivar?
That was not Thalivar. Thalivar came not millennia, but hundreds of years after the original wizard.
Got it.
Okay, so then I'll just quote what you wrote me if that's okay.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
You've got what you got. So I'll let the group know that Talos instructed Blix to gain a foothold in the region and eventually take over Leilon to gain access to the stone. And there is an entrance to the ethereal plane at the top of Thalivar's? Is that correct? Thalivar's tower.
Well, not anymore.
But it's okay because I'm here to stop it. If I,
I'm not sure why you think the entrance isn't there anymore.
Did I
say
the
what?
plane? Isn't that the plane? Wasn't that the planar beacon? Isn't that what that was?
Nope.
Oh well, then
The planar beacon is what trapped monsters in the material plane. That's all it did.
I like how I have this information. I don't even know what it means in the grand scheme of things.
well,
Oh
no,
my
all of
God.
us-
Do you
all of
mean
us
that-
have some
that-
storm god to
You
tell
mean
us.
that like column of light
Even
that's
if
still
it's
kind of
fine.
flickering?
No, that's gone. So there was
Okay.
kind of a like an afterglow for like 10 minutes. Just because of the intensity of the light. There really was no effect.
Wow. Did somebody open something in there?
So that means that Talos' army is going straight for the tower either way, whether the stone's there or not. They want the tower.
Right, but we still should just try to push them back or try to keep them out as much as possible before falling back.
From the tower as much as possible.
Yes.
I mean, if we decide to, I don't know, tie one hand behind our back or something and give them a fighting chance, we're the friggin' folk band.
Right. I mean, if you don't just decimate them before they ever reach the town, I mean, I assume you want to give Tuabor and Nyx a chance to like whack a few bags.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
it'd be nice of you.
We'll let a couple stragglers come through to.
Actually, yeah, Tuabor doesn't need your help for that. He can launch spells. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's Nyx that wants to be up and close and personal.
I mean, not really. I don't want to be. I have to be. There's a difference.
So
like, I don't want to see Blix's ugly mug, but I have to be that close.
So are we rested?
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone's done with their pre-rest activities. I will say that Tuabor and Augury had one last drink together at the bar before going to bed. And then night falls. So the folk band spend the last few hours of daylight getting themselves, ready for the morning. Sometime around midnight-ish, there's a very small commotion. I'm not sure any of you were awake enough to even know there was a commotion.
Salty does have the Dagger of Warning. I don't know if that would apply.
That does apply. Actually, in this instance, it doesn't, but that will probably come into play.
Yeah, I will still put it out there that Salty has the Dagger of Warning on him.
Yes. A very handy item for maybe, who knows. So everyone is at least in the inn somewhere.
Real quick, we are going to be going up against the storm gods. Salty, you still have that ring of warming, right? You said you gave it up for that dagger. You said you gave up the attunement slot so you can have the dagger.
Yes, I do still have that. If somebody has an attunement slot that they want,
Somebody wants an attunement slot just in case they throw cold damage at us. There's no reason not to. Guess not.
Oh,
I mean, I know I don't.
I don't know how many tunes.
And this is definitely the time for that. If there's any items that anybody wants to, nobody's getting an NPC's weapon, so don't. But are there any items in all of your active inventories that you want to share? Anything in the party sheet?
Are there any potions in the party sheet? Oh,
you can look at
There's
the
still a
party sheet.
potion of healing.
that potion that's in my bag that hasn't been identified, I'd like to just hang on to that throughout the rest, which I believe is as good as an identification spell.
That's
No.
attunement. That's if you attune to something.
Oh crap! Then
You can't just hang out with something for a while and know what it is.
I thought we did that with some items before. Like without
Attunement.
Attunement items. If you attune to something, you learn its abilities.
Oh, and I want to know what the potion.
And could Gulliver attune to the Ring of War?
Put it on his little toe.
Is that in Salty's inventory?
Yes.
I'm not sure. Let me see.
If no one else, if no one else has an attunement slot open and would want resistance to cold damage.
I have an attunement slot open.
Then you are welcome to this ring if you would like it.
Front lines. That I mean, if somebody's going to be hit with cold damage from the Talos army, it's probably going to be you.
Or
I will say that yes, Gulliver could wear it.
I would rather Nyx have it if
Yeah, that's what I would recommend.
Nick, real quick, I'd like to use my my inspiration on an Arcana check to figure out what this potion is.
Okay. Arcana checks are not identify spells. Arcana check will tell you if it's magic or not. It won't give you the properties.
you need to cast identify.
Yeah.
Have
You
identify.
you need to drink it or find someone who knows identify.
Well, can I go over to the wizards? Are they 100% focused on the wards? They don't have time to do that.
They are definitely focused on the wards. If there were someone else you knew, but no, I don't.
Gallio's tied up in the inn.
That's true.
Gallio, tell me what this is.
Fuck you.
Sun sword.
It's a potion of healing. It's a potion of greater healing.
I mean,
Okay, good. I will hang on to
Big
it.
goof.
random roleplay. Thunder keeps his distance from Zwasos, just in general.
Okay.
Why?
You have the conch. The conch.
But
Oh, do our revivifiers all have diamonds?
Oh shit.
oh,
That would be awkward.
yeah, we got.
I don't
we have-
see them in
yeah,
the
so,
party
like-
sheet, so I have to think so.
I have.
Yes.
It looks to me like Knaruck and Tuabor both have 5.
Yeah.
And
But
how
I
many?
don't.
But
do I-
that's assuming we're gonna guess revivify.
I
Only
will
if we need
does,
to.
does it
I mean,
consume?
I will say it takes 3. Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Hang on. Let me look at those diamonds. I'm making an assumption, and I maybe shouldn't. Are those
Diamonds worth 300 gold.
Okay,
pieces.
perfect. Never mind. All right.
Okay.
I was
have-
thinking they were 100, and then the math was wrong. But they're each 300, so you're all set. Very good.
So
Does Thunder have
Each
revivify?
diamonds they
Yeah.
each have diamonds for 5 revivifies each.
oh, okay. So then we'll throw a couple of those diamonds to Thunder.
I mean, I've got 300 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Cool.
So that would be good for 1 revivify. Would you want maybe like
More than.
I mean, I won't say no if
Yeah.
we feel that's a good idea.
Now remind me when Revivify is cast, a creature comes back in what state?
Returns to life with 1 hit point.
Better than nothing.
I was going to say Minnesota.
Better than
my
dead.
thought would be maybe if Tuabor and Knaruck each gave Thunder 1 of theirs, then Knaruck and Tuabor would each have 4, and Thunder
Thunder
would
would-
have enough for 3.
Sounds like a good dispersal to me.
I'm fine with it.
I mean, actually, I might argue that of the two between Tuabor and Thunder, I might argue that Thunder is going to be more of a support character. That Tuabor is probably going to be less
Oh,
likely.
sure.
So maybe we'll do 4, 4, and 3,
Works for me.
and that way, if 2 of our revivifiers go down, each revivifier will have enough to bring both of them back at least.
Yes.
I feel like I'm gearing up for a WoW raid.
I think this is probably the closest we're ever going to experience to a WoW raid.
Let's freaking do it.
So I still see, just to make sure we're not overlooking any of our resources, 2 potions of climbing. Don't know how useful those will be. 1 potion of growth, 2 potions of healing, and 2 potions of water breathing.
I mean, I've got the potion of greater healing on me. I unfortunately, I don't have much for good options for healing.
I have
because
2.
all I
two
have
potions.
is mass healing word, which only does a D4 plus my spellcasting modifier to up to 6 creatures, which is great if multiple people go down, but like it doesn't do much for actual healing. So I'll keep the greater healing potion on me in case I need to beef myself up with some hit points.
I have 2, if anybody wants one.
Well, there's
Does Nyx have potions?
Potion of
Yeah,
greater
Nyx is stocked up. Nyx had better be stocked up on potions. Holy shit!
healing. Yeah.
I only have 1.
Oh, then
All
let's
right.
give the 2 from the bag to Nyx because
That would be my thought.
we'll need them. I mean, Tuabor, are you worried at all about your health?
No.
No, you can cast.
I'm not that worried either. So if
I can wild shape twice.
Yeah, and you can, in worst case scenario, you can cast Cure Wounds on yourself.
Yeah.
if Nyx, do you want my one of my potion of greater healing, or anybody?
There are 2 potions of healing in the party sheet that somebody can take.
Yeah.
A potion of
And
healing.
you said you have 2 greater healings, Mario?
Yeah, I have 2 greater healings.
Then I would say that we should give at least one of those greater healings to Nyx along with the 2 from the party sheet.
Yep. I'm fine
Like
with that.
potions to Nyx. I'm gonna keep one on me just in case.
I've just seen Nyx get like.
I mean, no offense, but I saw what happened last time you guys went up against Anchorites and Barbarians without me, and
Yeah.
Nyx is also one of the most mobile,
Yeah.
so can get to people with potions as well.
that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I have Molotov
Medic.
cocktail.
Medic.
health-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I should-
I will say that another 15 Molotov cocktails were able to be created for a total of 25. Nyx has taken 2 of those. There are still 23 in the party sheet, and it is just an oil flask reskinned. So it's going to do what a burning oil flask would do.
Okay. When it comes to actions for that, Nick, like what would you charge us for actions as far as pulling it, lighting it, and throwing it?
Just like any other item, like
Okay.
it's you'd use your item interaction to take it out if you're not already holding it, and then it's your action to throw it. This says you can splash oil, but with a Molotov you have to throw it.
Okay. And what about the lighting it? Is the lighting it?
I'm just gonna say lighting it is part of the action of throwing it. We're not gonna play stupid games with trying to light shit.
I was hoping you'd say that. The only other thing I can think of is something that I was thinking of, but I don't remember. Oh, that's right. We talked about strategizing ahead of time. I'm going to let Knaruck know that depending on how things go, if there's ever a time that he wants to try and cast a spell to do a lot of healing, that he might want to hold that action until Zwasos can get close to him. If that's an opportunity, because if Zwasos can get close to him, Zwasos can cash in a sorcery point to allow Knaruck to re-roll hit damage die or healing die.
What?
It's a thing.
Okay.
If ever you and I are relatively near each other and you want to do some healing, hold the action and tell me to come up close to you.
Okay.
Yeah. You'd be able to shout out on your turn.
Yeah.
I'm holding for a heal, Zwasos, get over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to just plant that flag now.
Yep.
So that's an action. I hold the spell.
So yeah,
Yep.
you'd hold this casting of the spell. I'd come up close to you, and then when you cast the spell, I can cash in a sorcery point so that if you roll a 2 and 2 ones, you can re-roll the 3d10 for mass cure wounds.
Okay,
Or
and
as many of
that's all within my turn.
So on
Well, no,
your
that's why
turn,
you
your
hold.
action would be that you're going to hold your spell
Yeah.
until Zwasos gets next to you. So
Okay.
then you have to wait
Until
until
Zwazos'
Zwasos' turn comes
Okay.
around.
Yeah.
Zwasos has to move next to you, which will trigger your.
And obviously that'll depend on how
Right.
close we are proximity-wise and how close we are together on the.
Yeah, and how fucked I am. Might
Right.
wanna
You may not be. I mean, if
I might wanna
Zwasos
do
goes a
some
couple
be a
turns
practical
before
option
you,
that
you may not have a whole round to wait for him to get there.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna play that one by ear.
Yep. All right. So there's still 23 Molotov cocktails in the party sheet, as well as 2 potions of healing, a potion of growth. If anybody wants that stuff, now's the time. Otherwise, it will take an action just to get it to your inventory during the battle.
I mean, I'll take 5 of them.
Okay, go ahead.
Could we hand out Molotov cocktails to guards and say, like, when you see the enemy, just like throw them? Because, like, honestly, we're not action economy wise. Like, when are we going to use our turn
what's the
to
deal with
throw
these
a
Molotov cocktails? What's the deal with this?
like? I think they definitely can.
They're liquor bottles.
I think they definitely can be useful. Like, oil can apply a useful, like, extra damage, but like we have to think about the action to do it.
23 Molotov cocktails, like
We should give them to those who don't already have AoE spells.
Yeah. Or
I
even
think giving them guards is good.
like I'm like my action is going to be better served just with Eldritch Blast than with throwing a Molotov cocktail. So yeah, I think Justin's right. I think we'd like to dole them out to guards on the wall.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's fine.
And they can just hold them next
Do
to
you
the
want to evenly disperse them amongst the defensive positions?
I figure we'll put we'll put like half of them on each gate.
They're okay, so just the 2 gates?
I mean, yeah, because if they get into the town, we don't want to be throwing Molotov cocktails at them because they're in the town. I assume. Unless anybody else thinks differently.
Does everyone agree?
How many gates are we talking about here?
2.
Well, he said, oh, only the 2 gates?
Oh, I mean,
Well, because there's the other defensive posts of the docks, the tower, and patrolling the streets.
But we only have
any Molotov cocktails at the tower, any at the streets, any at the docks, or just at the 2 gates.
I think we evenly distribute them.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Make it easy.
I just love that we're using Molotov
And
cocktails.
Nick, those
Are
2
Molotov
texts you just got were
cocktails-
from me.
Aren't these supposed to be for like?
So the 2
like-
texts you just got were from me.
Oh, thank you.
They're for rides, man. But also for when you're trying to do your best against an insurmountable foe.
I know, it's just like we're gonna like light this freaking city on fire by accident.
Well, no, that's why they're going to the defensive posts so that they'll be thrown outside the city.
It's not a big, I'm gonna make a big deal out of it. We'll just-
Yeah, let's set the woods on fire.
There's a storm.
This is true.
Just cast sleet storm. Problem solved.
Fair.
There we go. All right. All set, Chris.
Thank you. It's gonna be so fun.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm not listening.
All right. So I am, since there are 23 Molotov cocktails, and that does not divide evenly by 20, there will be, what was that? No, that's not right. And we'll throw 1 there. Okay, so there will be 5 Molotov cocktails at the north gate. There will be 5 Molotov cocktails at the east gate. There will be 5 at the docks, and there will be 4 each at the tower and on guards patrolling the streets.
Great.
All right. So that's that. There's still 2 potions of healing and a potion of growth. Does anybody want that?
Question: if I take the potion of growth, makes you bigger, right?
Makes you one size bigger.
If I take it and then wild shape,
You would want to do that the other way, because the wild shape would take the place of your enhanced.
so wild shape, then drink a potion.
Yeah.
So like if I changed into an ape and then drank a potion
Yeah,
of growth,
you'd be-
I
you'd be
legitimately
really
become
big.
King Kong.
Yeah. I
I'm
think so.
taking that potion.
Yeah, I think that's
That's mine.
I love it.
How do I take this?
And I still,
just
I
you have
still
to
think
drag
that,
it from the party sheet to your inventory.
Okay.
I still think that Nick should take the potion of both potions of healing.
Yes, absolutely. Nick should have as many potions of healing as possible. Except for the one that I want to keep on me, so that I don't die. When I am undoubtedly targeted with lightning bolts and whatever else Nick has the anchorites throw at me.
You don't have any more potions of lightning resistance, do you?
No, I only remember us ever having the one.
I mean, I think we got a couple. I think Salty used one at one point. But yeah, just making sure those aren't still kicking around. Because again, this seems like the time to use everything.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I could think of for using a potion of climbing is if we have to climb the giants.
Yeah, that stuff I'm not so worried about. Like, yeah. Salty would like to give his ring of warmth to Nyx, though.
Okay.
I'll just go ahead and do that because there's no easy way to move between characters.
Right. Thank you.
Is there more Molotov cocktails, or did everyone separate those out?
They gave them to the guards. Do you want to take some of those back for next?
No, I have to. I just didn't know whether we were dividing it amongst ourselves.
All right.
Did you? I took a diamond out of my inventory. Did that diamond go to?
Yep, I gave it to.
Okay.
Thunder. Yep. So I have to give you the effect for that. So let me do that real quick. Equipment. And that's it, right? There you go. Boop. Assuming you attune to it tonight.
Yeah, well, I was trying to. Yeah.
Yeah, you will. Feel like that's not as fun. So we'll handle that if and when the time comes. Okay. All right.
Can I? Oh no, we have the long rest, don't we?
Well, he's still kind of in the process of the long rest. Any other pre-sleeping?
Pre-sleeping, I was gonna try to find things like mannequins or things that look like humans, or it's like set things up that look like humanoids, and all of the random things that I have collected, like socks and caps and like human items, I was gonna put on them to try to pull like the fake army.
Okay. I'll say that there's one seamstress shop in town, and they have, like 5 mannequins. So you could set up maybe 5 fake people.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, there's otherwise you'd have to spend pretty much all your time and a bunch of people trying to create these like.
never
mannequins,
mind.
Okay.
I like the thought, but
Yeah.
not enough.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And I mean, if they don't attack tonight and you have some time tomorrow, that's certainly something that could happen.
Hmm.
All right. So, last call. Any other equipment maneuvering, strategy, setup, anything? Going once? Going twice? Okay. All right. So the folk band, having set up as much as they possibly can and preparing themselves for an assault to come. Dig down, find a nice comfy bed at the Cyrano Sonnett, and drift off to sleep. It doesn't seem very long, but right around midnight, you hear a knock on the Cyrano Sonnett, and a figure makes their way into the Cyrano Sonnett, and I'm assuming you're all kind of close together, probably sleeping in the 2 6 rooms. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you're all kind of together. So I'm just going to assume that. And then we'll have why can I not? Oh, I'm on the wrong map. That's why. Come on. Okay. Yep. Sleepy time. Sleepy time. Sleepy time. All right. And Galio's just sleeping over in the corner by himself. He deserves it. All right. So right about midnight, a figure makes their way into the inn, softly taps on each of your door before quietly opening the door and just letting themselves in. And you see Silene come into the room. Hey, I know you're sleeping. Just wanted to let you know there's a couple of us here. Venther and Drazit are here as well. We're gonna take up position at the docks. Don't get your sleep. We traveled all night to get here. We're tired, but we get the docks. Good luck. We'll see you tomorrow. And she heads out. So
Yeah, I guess we should have started. I guess we should. Guess we should have had people on watch.
That's fine.
Whoops.
You're good. The Salty Six is also at the docks. You have people there, and it's not that nobody noticed them come in. Everyone knows they're. So that's why there was a small commotion, and that's why no dagger of warning, anything like that. So you drift back to sleep, and next you wake up with a start, and you look around the room, but there's nobody else in the room. But there is another figure that walks over to the bed next to you and sits down. This is a tall figure with dark hair, dark eyes, and very feline features, but very human. Nix, you have done well. You are one of my favorite disciples. I wanted to take this time to tell you, you have help coming. You will not be alone. I have seen what you have done. There is an entire church now to the cat god at Phandalin. You are spreading the knowledge of the cat god, and that pleases me. You will not be alone tomorrow, and I will be watching. Do what you do, and you'll come out of this okay. And he reaches out and puts a hand on your hand.
Oh my god. Nyx is just like mount on the floor, just like like it's like completely mind blown. Like it's like in their head, like, but you don't look like the tiger that came from. Oh God, no! It's like, oh, wait, but just like kind of just takes their hand and like touch it. And it's like you finally talked to me.
And with your hand, with your hand and cheek against his hand, you drift back off into sleep and have visions of Zyla, interestingly, standing at a crossroads, shaking the hand of someone you remember. Tragar. You see Zyla and Tragar shaking hands at a crossroads. And then you go back to visions and dreams.
You might want to write this shit down.
Zyla and
She's alive and I have to still write it down.
Zyla and Tragar? What the fuck?
Zwasos. As you're sleeping all nestled cuddly in your bed, you hear a familiar voice. Just a disembodied voice. You have done well. Many seek my power, but not many use it very well. I am impressed. You have events to come where you can prove yourself my champion. If you survive the next 48 hours, I shall send for you. You can come or you can stay where you are. It will not affect our relationship, but if you wish to be my champion, you will walk through the portal when it opens. You have the power, Zwasos. You've always had the power. Choose to use it. Decimate your enemies. Prove yourself my champion. And save your town. And you feel the presence drift away. And your dreams are hopeful of the day to come. At about 4 a.m., alarm bells start ringing in the town. You all wake immediately. Salty, the dagger starts to hum.
I'm up.
There's danger. There's danger to the east. There's danger.
Ooh, is that my dagger talking?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I've never actually. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
what?
What? Oh no.
There, the dagger talks and not my.
Cat god?
Tuabor's grinning from ear to ear.
Hell's going on.
Who the fuck is Tragar?
Zwasos pulls the
Oh,
the
you don't
sun-
remember?
Whatever is.
Hang
No,
on, hang on,
no.
hang on. Do I not?
That's going way back.
Oh.
That name is familiar.
Oh yeah.
I know that name is very familiar. I'm like, hang on. Okay, no, everybody keep going.
right.
Everybody keep going.
Zwasos pulls the sun sword hilt from under his pillow and just lights it.
Oh, here we go. All right. So you hear shouts coming from the east as you awake and hear this. Danger! Danger! Danger's coming. And you hear shouts crying out, the dead! The dead are coming from the mere!
Oh God.
The Battle of Leilon has begun. You do get your long rest in, so you are now long rested.
Good shit. All right. As long as I.
And
We're long rested. We're long
assuming
rested.
you all step outside,
Yes.
you're
Yes. Sorry.
you are immediately greeted with a dark night and torrential rain. It is wet. You see some of the torches set up around the town are sputtering, but they seem to be holding well. The town is fairly lit. There's a few places where the shadows are still thick, but the town itself is still fairly well lit with torchlight. The bell on the newly erected south gate is tolling out the alarm, and you hear sounds of soldiers preparing themselves, the creaks of armor, the clinks, and you hear a few twangs of crossbows going as guards shout for help from the east gate.
Zwasos is already flown.
As soon
Sword
as
in hand,
Nick
and I've got the
gets
sun sword to its maximum light.
All right. Zwasos lights his lightsaber and heads to the east.
as soon as I hear the alarm, Nick's still in shock, is like throwing on the cat sword, like making sure they're all strapped in and ready to go.
Right.
And once they have everything on their person, they're gonna run towards the east gate.
All right.
Salty is going to. Can Salty cast light on just like a little trinket, maybe? I don't want him to have to hold it. No, he'll just cast it on his shield.
On his shield. Okay.
Yep.
I thought you could cast it on Gulliver.
I could do that, but if Gulliver goes down, then I'd lose it.
You don't have light. Right.
And then I'm going to go. Salty's gonna pull out a potion and just look at it kind of with disdain at the massive toenail floating in it, and just prepare to hop on Salty, fly to the east, and like as soon as he sees the undead, he's gonna chug it back.
Okay, that's so nasty. Very good.
I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Salty. Man. Salty, Zwasos, Nyx. Oh man.
I love
Tuabor.
I love the fact
I
that
think
you
that's
just
good.
hopped out of bed and was like,
Inspiration.
like
Got a
that's
feeling.
that's your first instinct when hopping out of bed.
If I don't do it now, I'm gonna forget. So
Hopping out of bed and stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a
Yeah.
cup.
exactly.
That is awesome.
Could use some coffee, but no
All
time.
right, I am going to throw everybody on this map.
That's what I was listening.
All right, there's that. And then I'm gonna drop this shit on you because that's fun.
Bless you, my child.
Hey, real quick, while Nick is preparing whatever he's preparing, I just love you guys so much. Thank you all.
Should we die today? We want you to know that.
Should we die on the battlefield? We
Hey,
die
you.
valiantly.
Hey, you, Stripey Cat. What's wrong with my show?
They're watching you. We know that.
Who's watching?
The hags.
The hags
The hags.
are watching me
They've been scrolling together.
through the show?
Yes, get away from them.
Why do they care where I am?
Why indeed?
The hags are
I'm gonna leave the shell behind.
Oh,
I'm gonna go find a nice spot on the beach somewhere later on. We'll find a nice spot on the beach somewhere and just bury it in a box where I can just come to every day and dig it up and listen to it and put it back.
I stay farther away from him now.
you don't. You. I just look sympathetically at Thunder, like, yeah, you'll get used to it.
Oh yes, what a horrible thing that the folk band has to put up with Zwasos' presence.
You have to
Maybe
put up
one
with
of the
you
others.
bringing evil objects, and we're like, but it's evil, and you're like, but it gives inspiration, and we're like,
Yeah, because I'm the only one to carry around a cursed object.
He has a point there.
but I'm immune to poison.
Just saying.
Where's everybody's token? I want to give you inspiration.
I'm immune.
You can do it via the combat tracker too.
Yeah, but trying to. Oh, I've been trying to do that. I don't know how to.
If you hold control and click on their token, you should be able to
Cool.
get them
Boom.
that way.
Is there
Oh my god, I can target through the combat tracker. That's amazing.
I didn't know that. I was trying to do that, but I don't know. Like Fantasy Grounds is so particular with its like.
It really is. Yeah.
I really don't like that. Like I don't.
At least it's not Roll20.
Is Roll 20 worse than this?
Roll20 is the few times I've played on Roll20, it's just for the sake of having a map that we can all see virtually. We roll physical dice and everything. Like we don't even bother with mechanics of it because Roll20 is garbage.
I mean, again, we just haven't bothered to set up Roll20. I don't
Yeah.
think we don't have a really fair comparison.
I mean,
Okay.
I have no idea how Roll20 actually functions if you use those features. I'm
feel
just
like-
too lazy to set them up.
I want to say Roll20 seems like it's newer than Fantasy Grounds. I feel like Fantasy Grounds is like a lot.
I don't think so. Roll20 is the more common one. It's like more mainstream.
Yeah,
But
so it'd be more
From my
intuitive.
experience, Fantasy Grounds is clearly better.
Yeah, no, I mean, I Fantasy Grounds is awesome, but it's just
So there's
the-
undead coming.
All right. I am going to take one last pee break, and I'll be right back to throw a whole bunch of baddies at you.
It's just I thought like at this point I'd be like used to the controls and stuff, but it's just like so weird.
Well, you got to give yourself a break too, because you've had. I mean, like, if you subtract away like role playing and also everyone else's turn, you've had like a grand total of like 3 hours where you're actively using Fantasy Grounds in your entire life. So
yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean,
like the first like couple sessions, like all of the like,
we all struggle.
choreograph-
I mean,
like yeah.
Before you came around, Nick used to have to target everybody for us. We used to tell him what we would want to do, and he would have to make sure that we were targeted.
Yeah.
It's funny.
He had to literally like I was like, I don't know what to do. I want this guy. What's this guy? Orc number. And that was when we were like it's still in Vandalism. We couldn't do a lot of shit.
I had to have my bardic inspiration.
Mhm. I don't know.
Shoot. Do you think I did say I flew off? And I don't want to cast Bless now because it could be a minute before anything even happens.
Right.
That would be a waste.
Anybody
Yeah,
watch
just-
Stranger Things?
So,
Yeah,
I've
only
seen
one episode
spoilers.
into it.
I've not
I
seen
have
it.
not seen any of the new
Okay,
season yet,
never
so no
mind.
spoilers. I already know Vecna's in it, and that pisses me off. So don't tell me anything else.
I've only seen the first season.
And the first
It's
episode.
all D&D related. It's all
I haven't
D&D.
seen one episode, unfortunately.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right.
Can you share the map?
Yeah.
before
Before I do that, one thing I want to share here is for the sake of all of our computers, I am not using line of sight and I am not using ambient lighting. What that means is you as players might see things that you as characters wouldn't see, and
it.
you're gonna be able to see everything even though it's dark out. So basically what I want you to keep in mind is that inside the town, it's pretty much lit. You can see just fine. Outside of the town, it's very dim light. It's just kind of the ambient light of kind of the universe. Like it's not pitch black because there's light in the town, but you can't like see everything because it's not light out
Give me a few minutes. I'll make it light.
yet.
Sorry,
Alright.
Bardic Inspiration
it's
just gives us a
midnight
D10,
outside?
right?
Oh, sorry.
Is it an extra D10? Is that right?
Get my level, it becomes a D10.
I see D10, but I just don't know what I can use it towards.
Oh, you can use that on any attack roll or saving throw, I think,
Or ability check.
or ability check. And
Attack,
after, but
ability.
not before the result.
Yeah. But I mean, like
And-
we find out the results instantaneously. So.
Right. So whatever. It is what it is. I'm
So
not gonna.
attack ability
As
or
long as,
check.
as long as you use it before the GM says whether it like succeeds or fails.
Right, but you see that in Fantasy Grounds anyway, so I'm not going to stand on that. Like you decide after the fact if you want.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, like if you're reasonably close and you think that the D10 can get you over the hump, then you can use it.
Nick, you said it's dim lighting outside the gates.
Yeah, there's no game mechanic for it. It's just keep in mind that you the reason why you don't see a huge army is because you can't see that far.
Yeah. I'm just curious because I just want to make sure it's clear because I've got dark vision.
Yep.
So I can
Same.
see them in dim lighting. So would I be able to see them like within reason of and without obstruction?
Within the distance of your dark vision. It's like 60 feet or something.
Yeah, something like that. Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
within
yeah.
60 feet you can see just fine.
Yeah, I have night vision, so mine is just like it's just black and white for my line of sight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we are ready to share a map here.
Ooh! Oh Lord have mercy. Look at that.
Alright, so you can see yourselves all pouring out of the Cyrano Sonnett. You can see the guards and your little healer friend all gathered up by the gates. You can see some of the guards are shooting. I don't know where they have. We'll say crossbows outside the gate. And then you start to see what they're shooting at. As
I can see the first guard.
Um,
I've acclimated sight.
Want to move?
I see a guard.
The first,
And there's a lot more.
the first ghoul I hover over is attractively lofty.
Yes.
White trash howl.
That's what they call me.
Curvaceous. Wow, these are some
Tolerant, humiliated,
sultry
smile.
Sexy. These are some
zombies.
sexy
Can
enemies.
you imagine
Oddly
seeing a
triangular.
ghoul? It's
This is
like
my favorite.
they're like buff on top, and then it's like they're just rotted like in the center, so that's why they're curvy. So
I
it's
like the oddly triangular.
Yeah, I was about to say,
That's a good one
triangular.
too.
I think that
you see
I think
one
you're
like
wrong.
midget ghoul running, though the one that's shockingly wee.
I think these are all just inspiration for Mario in case he wants to cast vicious mockery.
That's right. Can make fun of their disability. Shockingly
look at you
small.
being
Yeah,
all-
you and
you
your
know,
white
not
trash
allowed to
howl. You got nothing.
All
Good
right.
Lord, did they
so-
do you up from a trailer park?
I can smell you from here.
Let's go.
Let's do it. All right.
Oh, one's noticeably powerfully built. I'm not fucking with them. All right, baby, come on. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. Oh my god.
Wow,
So many rolls.
holy cow. They rolled really well. Sorry. Apparently I rolled really well that time. Sorry about that.
I rolled shit, and I really needed not to.
Is it?
Did I get my +2 alert?
5.
Did you have +4? So is that a no?
Yeah, we're supposed to get +5.
I get another +4 for
Ooh.
alert, I believe. Was it
+5. There. I just put it on you. It's something you have to put on after whatever. So I am going to add the 5. So you have a 20.
Can I?
You get
Can I
thunder in the mountain and Nyx right now. Woo!
Gulliver is going to act on Salty's turn. So he's also a 21.
I almost want to use my initiative. My inspiration on initiative roll.
All right. Okay, so we are going to start with next. You can see what is going on over by the gate. So yeah, so the sounds of battle echoes from the palisade as you approach. And through the rain, you can see allied troops using spears and bows to fend off a horde of ghouls swarming through the darkness. All along the ramparts, burning torches struggle to provide illumination for your forces. And as you watch, some of these pools are extinguished one by one as the dead swarm over the walls.
How tall is that wall?
12 feet. Seems like a good size for a wall, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on. Sorry, I'm figuring my shit out right now, guys.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna double my speed with the feline agility. So
Yep.
that was the
So
first
real
40.
quick before you do that, this is the top of the round. Does anyone want to talk tactics?
I was thinking, I've got Ice Storm, and that's a dex save, so I can make it so they're sliding all over the place, but it would be heavily obscured if we've got AoE stuff.
That's Sleep Storm.
Throw in there. Oh, Sleep Storms, whatever.
Don't make them slide around too much because I want to do Cloud of Daggers. So I want to do that like right at the opening here.
Yeah, and it's hard to hit people that are moving with bolts of lightning.
You said that it's raining.
Mm-hmm.
It is raining.
Would the Molotov cocktails work or no?
They will.
Okay.
They'll still work in the rain. Yep.
Okay.
The fire
So
might go out a little faster, but like it's burning alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fuel.
I
Like
don't know if you've ever tried to put burning alcohol out with water, but
I can't do sleep storming.
Not recommended.
Not recommended. Doesn't work so well.
Because explode flames in the air.
I know what I'm gonna do. Does anybody else need to talk strategy?
You can go ahead.
Okay, then my feline agility doubles my movement, so that's still considered the first movement. Oh, I have 45.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you can move 10 more feet.
I can move 10 more feet. So I want to get up this wall. I was wondering if I could jump and like do it up on top of it. Like,
With double
straddle it.
movement, you should be able
Yeah,
to
you
climb.
can just walk up the wall because
Okay, yeah.
You're a
and
monk.
I'd say that with that 90 feet of movement, you could have angled yourself to end up on the wall.
Yeah, I wanted to end up like on this one, like over here.
I'd say it's close enough.
Yeah, okay. And I'm a straddle the wall and pull out the Molotov cocktail, light it, and throw it as deep as I can into the ground.
All right. So the first Molotov cocktail has been
Fantastic.
thrown.
Oh,
Okay,
I
let's
want
see.
to aim it like here, like into.
Molotov cocktail. Let us equip it. Does
Mhm.
it now show up? It does. Look at that. So you have a range of 20 feet or 60 feet or 60 feet at disadvantage.
Nope, I want to throw it 20 feet. It's not even going to be 20 feet. I want to hit it at this guy so that it
Bam.
hits in the center and goes out.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
The,
so, that's so
you are-
satisfying.
Is it attractively lofty that's in the center? I think it is.
Oh my god.
Attractively lofty. Yep. He
All right,
is.
so
Our favorite.
hang on. Attractively lofty. Let me click on myself. Click on them. Uh-oh. Cool. Nope, I got it. I think. Do I? If I hover over myself, I do. Okay. So how do I do the Molotov
So you
cocktail?
have it as an action. It's one of your attack actions. You'll see it in there. Molotov cocktail.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
It's a ranged attack,
So
but without your
ranged.
proficiency because it's an improvised weapon.
yes. So
It's not.
roll. Oh, did it
Oh
miss?
no! So you miss him,
Uh-huh.
but it does explode when it hits the ground.
Okay.
And so this is on fire here.
Okay. So it hit the ground.
Yes. So you didn't do any damage to him, but it is now burning on the ground.
Okay. So that's my. Oh, I technically have 2 actions, don't I?
You have 2 attacks. I assume that still counts, Nick.
That's an attack. Yeah, that's just an attack. If you have a natural 2 attacks, then you could still do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're probably
Yeah.
at the stage over. Like, thank you.
I'm trying to see what's 20 feet away.
What you got?
The cat is thinking. I'm sorry.
It's all
Okay. No, I need to do this fast, right? All right. No, crossbow out. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep with the attractive ghoul.
Okay.
Attractive lofty ghoul,
Right.
and I'm gonna try crossbow. Whew! Okay.
That
And
is a
then-
hit.
Nice.
You got some good damage.
And the fire is at his feet. So
Yep, the fire is at his feet. Absolutely.
all right. So I did the movement. Technically, I have a bonus action, but I
I'm resizing your map so that see
no. Oh wait, hang on. Hang on. Oh, it's not giving me the description of patient defense. Shit. Do I have to do an attack or can I just? It basically
Patient
gives me
defense,
the.
1 key point. Nope, you don't have to do anything.
Okay, so patient defense just gives me evade. I think.
Yeah, dodge action. Yep. So you can actually. There you go. Do exactly that.
All right. That's my turn.
All right. Okay. Next up, Thunder on the Mountain.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
New friend.
Yes.
Thunder on the Mountain's first turn.
All right. I also have
You can do the same thing.
feline
that she did.
agility. Yeah, but not as quick.
Yes, you can.
Well, no, they're a monk, so they get more speed than I do.
Oh, that's right.
And then,
it's 15.
ouch.
I
I
mean,
can't range. That was 15, I got 25 left.
That's
Whoa,
20.
didn't-
That's 25.
Yeah, I didn't mean to let go. Okay, so I've just done 25 total. Is that what
Yep.
just happened?
Yeah.
Oh, so I've got another 20.
no,
No, I've got another. I can't math in my head.
35.
35. Sweet. I can do that.
All right. So there's another 20. 5, 10, 15.
Yeah. Sorry. I know, but I don't need to. So this should actually be plenty. Yeah. I want to cast Ice Storm. It's got a 300-foot range, and it doesn't say I have to be able to see the spot.
Then you don't
So-
have to see the spot. Yep. That's
So
a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder.
yes, I think I'd like to. It's a 4th level.
Oh, it's 4th level.
Yep.
So
Ice Storm.
click this. We put it
Sounds good.
there. 20 flips.
20 foot. Yeah. That looks pretty good.
I think it's
pretty good.
Yeah.
That
Now
will
what?
get that will get everyone, but it won't hit that guy at the top.
Or the guy behind
Or
me.
the or the large boy.
I mean, I think I'm cool with that.
I mean, there. I
Yep.
moved it a little bit, and now you can hit them all.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
So now we got to target everybody.
There should even be a target button for that.
What?
So okay, so right now
Um,
I've got a target I can go
Hold
into
on,
the
Mogogol.
circle.
Zip it. All right. So on the ice storm, you have. Oh, it's not clicked for target. Never mind. So you do have to target everyone individually.
Is it supposed to?
Hmm.
Okay. Every time we click, either a green arrow shows up or goes away, and that's it. A green arrow from me to the ice storm.
Oh, I see. Because the stupid token itself is. Okay. Yeah. You know, those spell tokens seemed like a really good idea at the time, and they're really cool looking, but they cause more problems.
I'm
than
targeting the
anything
ice
else.
storm.
So yeah. So just get all
Okay.
of them.
Awesome.
Cool. So now we go to Ice Storm, we go to thing, and then we press cast.
Awesome.
They all do save.
All right. And then damage.
Scroll down. Yeah. Right.
Oh,
right
okay.
there.
Well, look at that. So
Boom.
Not bad.
All right.
dead.
That will put out the fire.
Oh, sorry.
But that also makes it difficult terrain until the end of your next turn, correct?
Yes.
Until the end of your next turn. Okay. So I'm going to leave that circle there. And you wiped out a bunch of ghouls that are no longer a problem. All right. And moving on. This guy. Okay. So he's got. Stop doing that. Okay. This guy.
Can you hit next turn?
Truthful Twitter.
He's gonna run 5, 10, and like I said, this has been barricaded, so he's gonna spend his turn smashing the barricade. You see the school smashing at the barricade. All right, Salty and Gulliver.
So I had said that Salty was getting ready to drink the potion once he saw the zombies. Was he able to get that
Yep.
drink? Okay,
Yep.
great. So let me actually I can apply that not on my I can apply that later because I'm not going to attack right this second. So I'm on Gulliver. I'm going to have Gulliver dash to get us, let's see, right. I want to be above the barricade.
Okay, so the barricade is probably also about 10 feet. So
Okay.
you would be at least 10 feet in the air. 10 feet would have you on it. 15 feet would have you just above it.
Even, maybe can I just hover actually 5 feet like in front of it?
And like in front of?
No, like still, sorry, behind it.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So you're technically behind them, but you're above the guards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
How high up do you want to be?
Basically just so I can be above the guards' heads.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna put you at 10 feet.
Great. And then Salty is going to hold up his trident, and he says, "All right, you lot. This is what we're all here for. This is our city. We're going to defend it." And he's going to cast Crusader's Mantle.
Ooh.
So this is a 3rd level spell. Holy power radiates from you in an aura with a 30-foot radius, awakening boldness in friendly creatures. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with you, centered on you. While in the aura, each non-hostile creature, including yourself, deals an extra 1d4 radiant damage when it hits with a weapon attack.
Wow, okay.
Oh, do you want one?
That's fucking awesome.
There's
All right.
I don't care. Whichever one you're hungry.
I think
so you can put that effect on anyone as they're
Okay.
about to do damage.
Okay.
As long as they're within 30 feet of you.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, cool. And then I think bonus action, I will just I for flavor, Salty held up his trident, but he actually doesn't have his trident drawn right now. He's gonna eat a salty snack.
All right.
Bonus action, and that will be our turn.
Okay. Tuabor.
I got to get close enough to do it first. That's the problem.
Let's go. Let's go.
Because I do have to see.
Well, I
What I
had
have for
fire
movement?
down there. Sorry, what?
That.
If I move there, can I possibly see outside the gate?
I would say, I mean, you have a pretty good idea of what's going on outside the gate there. Yeah.
Problem is call lightning. I need to be able to see my target.
I mean,
Climb up on the house.
Yeah, I will say that there's a horde of ghouls behind that gate, and by sheer dumb luck this time, you call down a strike of lightning in the right spot.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna cast
Ooh, I'm
call
cool.
lightning as a 4th level.
I'll have to know.
And because we're in a storm, I get it. It's 3d10 plus an extra d10 for 4th level and an extra d10 because I take control of the storm.
Fuck yeah. So that's going to be 5d10. Do you have, is that all ready for coding? Nope. Let me give you that one too. That damage. We'll give you a nice 5d10. Oops. Oops. That's the wrong one. That's not. Oh, I don't know what that was. It's gone now. No, that's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not 6. Okay, so Tuabor, as you cast this spell, you've cast this spell before, and you've cast it on an existing spell before, but you've never had this feeling before when you cast the spell and take control. You can feel upon taking control of this storm that it is not a natural thing. And even though your typical range is a 60-foot radius, you can feel control of this entire cloud system and can rain down lightning anywhere around Leilon with this cloud storm.
Yo, fuck now.
Oh shit! How about a monkey afternoon? So apparently, because the storm.
Okay, so my bolt is what? 1.5 around it. So if I go, it's been a minute since I cast this one.
Yep. So you could, if you targeted this guy or this guy.
I think I want to go that second one.
Okay. And then, so you'd hit all 3 of those in that row there.
You have to target all of them?
Yep. Target all 3, give them the save, and then give them the damage. And I put Call Lightning on you because you're concentrating. Fail, fail, fail.
This is going to hurt.
Woohoo!
Blozow.
Knock him dead, Tuabor.
And in the first flash of brilliant light, you see, oh fuck.
No.
You see a beefy bolt of lightning come straight down and just annihilate 2 ghouls and blast the other one about 40 feet away.
Can we just appreciate? And then a blast of, oh fuck.
I see that from. I can probably see that from where I am, right?
Oh yeah. You can't. I mean, it's
Can't really
dark
miss
now,
that.
so this huge bolt of lightning is
Like
seen by everyone.
Told you, give me a minute to light it up.
My fur just starts to raise. Like, just I feel the electricity being this close.
Something's dead.
Some things.
All
are
right. Any bonus action you'd like to do?
No, if I got Big Boy Storm, I'm gonna use that for.
You can maintain concentration.
Yeah, I can I?
Yep.
Okay, I'm activate a Wild Shape then as bonus action.
All right.
I'm gonna get my new guy. Let's go!
I'm so excited to see what it is.
Ankylosaurus, baby, let's go!
A whatosaurus?
An
Ankylosaurus.
I'm fucking huge. That's what it is.
So it's a dinosaur with like, it's sort of like a dinosaur that would look like a turtle maybe at first. It's got like spines going across its back on either side.
Ooh.
And it's got like a club on the end of its tail.
It's basically got a bowling ball with spikes at the end of his tail.
It looks like a supernatural being. It's a really, really fascinating creature.
8d12 plus 16 hit points.
Yeah, I have 68 extra hit points now, so.
All right.
All
right, let's see. All right, so this doughy guy is gonna run forward, and he's gonna start banging on this thing, and you can see it now start to splinter. You can hear the sounds of the wood breaking as he starts slamming against the barricade there. Knaruck, you are up.
All right.
You suddenly have a giant dinosaur right in front of you.
Damn it! It's gonna use up my movement speed. Ah,
Yep.
god damn it. Okay.
Hang on a
Yeah,
second. Wait.
No, it's all right. I mean, I have a plan B. What's up?
Okay. As a medium creature, you can move through a huge creature without additional movement. So you can run under
Oh.
his legs without extra movement
Okay.
because he's huge, not large.
I'm a beast.
Oh,
Anybody want to feed him that enlarged potion?
I know, right?
Yeah.
yeah, that's the plan, right?
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, I gotta get past it before you do
Well, so anything on you turns into the monster with you, Tuabor. So you would have had to put that potion down.
Yeah,
first.
I want to use it on the monkey anyway.
Okay, all right, very good.
that. All right. So I'm gonna move 25. And then I'm gonna do Cloud of Daggers at the gate here. Just make it.
Excellent. Just like we did at the hole in the mirror.
Yep.
Brilliant.
So-
Absolute brilliance.
Right. Okay. So. How do I do how do I make a cube?
Hold shift and drag your two moist.
Yeah,
Mouth
gotcha. Got it. Okay. Move that. I think
Your mouse
that will make it, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll work.
Cool.
And if you just leave that there.
Yep.
Let's see. That is a concentration, right?
Yep, it's concentration. Yeah.
All right.
And
that
I'm just
should
doing
have-
the level
that
2.
Should have an effect for you. It does. There you go. Boop. Okay. Now you have the concentration on yourself. All right. I assume that's an action. Any bonus action you wanna do?
I'm good.
You're good. All right. Let's see. Healer Moritan. Nobody has been hurt. So he is going to cast. He's going to cast light, and he is going to illuminate the battlefield over here in a however size. Oh, he has to touch something. He doesn't want to touch something. He changed his mind. He's not going to do that. He is going to cast.
Could he like touch just like a pebble and throw it in the area?
Yeah, that's a
If he
good
wanted
idea.
to light up
He's
the
gonna,
area.
yeah, he's just gonna grab a rock and then he's gonna throw it and cast light on it. Let's see, how big of an area is that? That's guidance. That's not light. 20-foot radius. Okay, great. So he's gonna chuck it over the wall there, and there is a nice big. That's not the right thing. There's a nice big 20-foot radius sphere of light out here. Sounds good. All right. This guy doesn't like the light. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Come on, get in there.
He's gonna,
Please bunch
gonna
up
enter the
together.
town.
Please.
Go in my cube.
Whacking on the edge of the sides of the thing there. This guy doesn't like light either. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to dash and he's going to run up the ramparts here. And he can't reach Nyx, but he's banging at the palisade wall there. Zwasos.
Friend.
Can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
So I've only got 50 feet, unfortunately. So I'm gonna come on down. Where to go? So 50 feet. Just just to with a little bit of a hey, nice to see you here. I want to go right up as close as I can to Thunder on the Mountain.
But 45 feet above him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get my point.
Okay.
I'm doing a bit here, man. Don't.
I'm rolling my eyes at him.
And then we'll where am I? Click, click.
Oh, did they lose their temporary hit points from
Yeah, we.
Firing Leader?
Where's my
Yes.
man,
After the long rest.
Damn.
keys are gone.
Oh, you
Damn
got
it, sorry.
song out of it.
All my hotkeys are gone because we're running 2 characters on the same computer. Sorry. So then let's go with control. Click. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a thing. Oh, hang on, wait, who's within? How far away?
What you doing?
I am going to cast Bless. I apologize.
Okay.
On myself, Nyx, and Salty, just the first level. So there's Bless. And I'm going to quicken that with 2 sorcery points. Click, click. Bless. Cool. Now I clear my targets. Then click. And then with my action, just gonna boom. Hit. So damage. Boom. Back.
Good thing you get to it. Oh, what? That
And
was a funky roll there.
Yeah, you should let me do it again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna though.
we were playing a little bit with the kids yesterday, and Sebastian he rolled like he rolled like 2 1s on both his d6s on 2 attacks, and I was like, no, screw that, do it again. Those are bad.
That's nice.
That's rough.
Little mulligan.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. This one's noticeably powerful. He's gonna run up over here and start banging on the palisade. This guy's gonna come over here. There's actually a wall here, just so you know. And he's gonna start banging at the palisade. All right, so at the end of all the turns or whatever, the guards are gonna go. So this guy's gonna come up. This guy's gonna come up. He's gonna come over here. He's gonna climb up the wall. He's gonna climb up the wall. He's gonna move over here. And you see they start firing arrows down at the monsters, and they are able to. Let's see, Curvaceous. All right, Curvaceous is the only one that's going to survive this onslaught. So the guards are going to take out the heavily damaged.
I don't know if it would make a difference, but they would be in the Crusader's mantle.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
For extra d4s.
Excellent. Let's see. So those. Let's see. That guy is gonna get killed. He's gonna take some damage. He's gonna die. And who's this guy? Large. He's gonna take some damage too. All right. So we are back to the top of the round. Next, you are up. And as you look down at these guys, you see another large group of ghouls running down out of the forest, making their way again close with the light You can see them very well. Oh, I
I
suppose
think
I
my
have to.
computer's having a hard time.
Sorry.
Okay.
And we're just gonna give them.
To be fair, I have a beast of a computer. Mine is too, so don't feel too bad.
That's why I'm trying not to put them all in at the same time. Okay, you see all these ghouls coming running out of the forest. They're coming.
My free speak action for 6 seconds. There's more coming, and then so gonna use the last Molotov cocktail that I have. How far is this guy?
You can get him. You got him. You got him.
I know. I'm just trying to. That's 25 feet when I'm targeting him. Whatever. I'm gonna try. It's,
Get him.
yeah, it's disadvantage, right? Because it's further. than
Nope.
Kenku.
Yeah, I suppose it is if it's past 20 feet. Is it?
Mhm.
You're on this side, so it's not disadvantage. There you go.
Okay.
All right. And he just lights on fire.
Cool.
You can see he's
Alright.
totally covered in fire at this point.
So I'm gonna stop targeting him, and this large ghoul beneath my feet. That's only literally 5 feet away from me, supposedly.
Technically 7 feet, but
Can I hit him with my sword?
I
If I'm
would.
like,
You can, but it will put you within range of him. He'd be able to hit you then as well. So you would like hang off the side to hit him. And then if you climbed back up on the fence, it would be an attack of opportunity. And if you stayed there, you'd be within reach.
can I jump down? Sword down?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Put the sword, like aim the sword for his head, and then jump down and put my weight behind it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Alright, then
And
sword.
you'll get an extra D4 radiant damage because you're in the
Yes.
Crusader's mantle.
Can I give that effect to them?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a hit.
Let me give you.
Nice.
That work?
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Blast him. Yeah. So you come down off the fence, and the sword just goes straight down through its head. And then as you land, you pull the handle, and it just kind of like cuts him in half.
Alright. So he's dead. So now I'm like standing on top of him. I'm gonna clear my targets and then. Whoop. Alright, now I'm targeting the other guy standing next to me.
All right.
And then so for my second attack.
Oh.
Nick,
Oh,
I'm
hell.
sorry. Just to throw out there that the difficult terrain is still there until the end of.
Oh.
Thunder's next turn.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yep. Oh, nice.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at
You
that
just take
shit.
its head right off.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't think this far ahead, you guys. Okay. So there's still this guy, the Curvaceous, that's there, right?
If you have
There
movement,
is.
you can climb back up the wall without making any opportunity attacks now.
Here you go.
And so I'm gonna do my flurry of blows. And uh-oh.
That's still a hit.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
And
nice.
the second one of that. Oh, so, wow.
That's still a hit.
Oh,
Bless you.
oh,
Nice.
Oh, you get
Oh
him.
no. Hey.
literally two
Good run.
ones, but still killed him. Okay.
Still,
Alright. Okay.
Oh,
you just
did that.
barely splice him, but you get something, and you see just all this muck just start pouring out of him, and he
That's
just
funny.
flakes and falls on the ground.
I nicked the artery vein, even if it's a zombie, just like all the
Yeah.
necromantic
Oh,
goo just starts
Come
oozing.
on.
Yes. Okay. So this is like a barricade. Yes, that I could. Okay, hang on. I'm going to go back to where I was, and then
Yeah.
hop back up onto the wall,
Very good.
and then bloop back onto the wall. Cool. So people around me just saw me go bloop, and then heard dying sound, and then just see me pop back up with like goo down the front of me, and I'm just like, oh, and that's what.
Awesome. All right, Thunder. It's gonna be really hard for me not to call you Thundercat.
Thundercat,
Down with it.
Thundercat does whatever a Thundercat does.
Okay, so I'm gonna move. Do I need to be able to see this chat? Or do I need to see? I can't read this. My eyesight's not.
You can hop up on the porch of that place right there and see over the wall.
The place right there, the round thing.
Yeah, this thing. There's like a porch you can jump on and see over the wall.
No, you do not have to see it.
Oh, perfect. Then never mind. There's no porch.
Awesome. I'm just gonna move closer because I can. Oh yeah, and just shatter
Oh, wait,
someplace.
that's cone.
Yeah.
Nope, that's cone.
Do, 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 do.
So just control then maybe? No, that's line. Alt.
Sphere is control.
It's well,
Hold control and then do the double mouse click.
no, I'm getting the line that way.
What are you
If
doing?
you hold control,
Yeah,
I see a circle popping up.
you do?
Yeah, this is a circle. Yeah, that's a circle.
Yeah, it looks like a line. Maybe what you're
Oh,
doing.
that's
is
a cone.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we need a 10-foot radius sphere.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very good.
Thank you.
So
There we go. So now we're just waiting for the computer to load.
level 2 spells. Oh, thank you, Nick.
Oh wow.
Well, you're doing one thing. I'll do the other.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Then damage.
Boo.
Oh,
You bloody three of them.
you
I'm fine.
definitely hurt them.
Something though. It's something.
Oh wait.
What?
So then clear targets. And do you have anything you want to do?
Yeah,
Do you have
no.
a bonus action or anything?
Oh no, I don't have any bonus actions. I'm happy.
What do
Alright.
clerics do with their bonus action?
Heal people.
Spiritual weapon.
Right.
Salty Gulliver.
Great. I didn't have a way to apply the Frost Giant potion, I don't think.
Oh,
I was looking
that's
at
right.
that.
What is so?
I believe it's 23 strength.
Okay, and what is your current strength?
It's currently 19 because of my Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
Well, okay, it wouldn't matter. I was gonna say, do they stack? But they don't have to.
No,
stack.
no, no.
The potion just takes control.
Right.
Okay, so that would be a potion.
Oh, you're giving that to Gulliver.
Oh, I am giving that to Gulliver. Thank you. That's not what I meant to do. All right, so you have a potion. I think it's just STR. You're currently 19.
Yes.
You want to be 23?
Yes.
Okay. I think
Let's
that
see.
does it. It won't change your profile sheet. but
Okay.
It will change. Roll me a strength check just to see if the
Let's
bonus
see.
is applied.
Strength check.
+4. That doesn't.
No.
Alright.
It might. I wonder if it's adding to me instead of like the bracers override my strength, so I don't know if that would. If it's like adding to Salty's strength, the bracers might still be overriding that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because salt. Oh well. Well, I think we manually adjusted your strength. All right. Try it now. Do the same strength check. Should be +6. Should be what you get, right? No. Strength +4. By now. No.
So it
there.
is.
My bad. I think that'll do it. Nope.
So I was gonna say it is 2:30, and I do have kind of a hard stop today. So if
There it is.
okay. There it is.
right.
I was gonna say we could figure it out next time, but there you go.
All right. So it sounds like you have a hard stop.
I do.
Yeah, I mean we've got pretty much the entire round to get back through. So I would just say let's pause here. Does that work?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I know you're sad.
Woo.
Yes, I know. The
Zwasos.
next time that we would meet is the 24th because that is 2 weeks from now.
Yep. 2 weeks.
Yes.
2 weeks from today will be the next session. Hopefully everyone can make it. We did spend a lot of time in the build up to this.
Yeah.
I expect. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I was gonna say I expect the battle to go a bit faster from here on, but.
I mean, I was
We'll
impressed
see.
how quickly we got through that first round
I was gonna
with
say,
with
we're-
everything. That was a
Yeah.
like
I
good.
Very
agree,
good
that
pace.
was nice.
To be fair, we killed
Like,
all of them in like 2 hits.
One round.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe.
No, but just like it's like a good.
We
Yeah.
killed the first wave in a round, so I think we're gonna like if we keep that strategy up, we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's
All
not
two
what I planned
cocktails.
for, but you
Throw
crushed it.
all of the Molotov cocktails.
Yeah, so I was like, whoosh, just like I set everything on fire.
Fire.
All right, y'all. I will see you in a couple of weeks.
Cool.
Have a good in between time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bye,
awesome.
Dustin. Have a good one.
Goodbye.
See y'all in 2 weeks.
Later.
See y'all in 2 weeks. Bye bye.